they come out
I
21.
mean, it's next gen. I expect them to do a lot of different things, man. I'm just being
But
honest. Like,
I'm,
they gotta
I'm
do a lot of different things.
they say they working on a couple of new games. They say Rockstar say they working on a couple of new games. So
Maybe we should get Dual Shocker up there. I think they should be alright. Fuck is that?
Hello, Jay.
what up, Jay?
What's good, Snow Bunny, honey?
What's going on?
What up,
What's
Jay,
good, J
man?
Love, J Tech?
What up, man?
There we go.
Recycle.
Okay.
Anybody got any good deals? Any good deals?
I mean, they got good deals. I ain't buy nothing. So not yet.
You got that
I mean,
PS4,
I want to get Nino Cooney
you got that
remastered.
good bundle, Jay.
Huh?
You got that good bundle. That was up. You should did a video on that bundle you bought.
Oh yeah, I got the bundle for a family friend. Gotta hook that up so they can pick it up for Christmas. For the kids. I don't know when I'm gonna hook that shit up. I mean, I beat Death Stranding, but I haven't platinumed it yet. So we gotta see what's going on.
I know they're gonna be having a happy Christmas, Jay. You bought that that PS4 Pro. I mean, that PS4 Slim.
Yeah.
Good look. What about you, Snow Bunny? What
I
you
got
get?
so many copyrights on the music, bro. I get so
Yeah,
many
they do.
copyrights on that Death Stranding shit, bro. Like, they got so much copyrighted music. The music's good, but damn, bro. YouTube's so fucking weird about that shit.
What you did? You played it or what?
I played
On
the
your
game
channel?
and then the music's in the game, and I can't stop the music. So, you know.
So what they?
So
They hit you with
they
copyright?
give me a notification that you can't, like, what is it, monetize your video because it has. I got copyrighted 3 times with one live stream. That was the one yesterday. I'm probably gonna damn, I want to keep that shit up, but I gotta delete that. I gotta delete that one because I tell people all the time I do not like having that shit on my channel. When I go and look through my videos, I don't like seeing no red. You know, I will gladly delete any fucking thing that got red in it. Sorry, I will not keep that shit up.
Yeah, that fucking soundtrack for Death Stranding is dope though.
It's a good, yeah, it's a great soundtrack. Great soundtrack.
Yeah, it's dope.
Okay, I think we're live. Everything looking good.
We're going live.
Let's see what we got. Good here.
What you
And
get, Snow Bunny?
I didn't buy any games this Black
Oh,
Friday.
you didn't get nothing Black Friday?
I didn't get games. I got a for Christmas. My mom, we found a 60-gallon fish tank with a stand for 150. So that's what my Christmas present is.
Which one has sharks in there with 150 gallon?
No, it's a 60-gallon. I'm doing a reef tank.
Oh, okay. Damn.
It was 150 at Best Buy. I mean, not Best Buy, at PetSmart, and it's right now on sale for 300. So
All I
I'm
got was-
happy.
Yeah, definitely. If somebody would have gave you a Xbox, you'd be more happy.
Hell no.
I love that Xbox. Xbox for life.
You heard about that? You heard about what they talking about? They will be quiet they will be quiet.
Wow.
They were talking about it. You know, as PlayStation just show the 2 systems, and they want to be quiet now. They want to be shut up and show. They want to shock Sony.
Xbox said no. So I mean,
Something like that.
I can't go. You know, Eddie, I can't go over rumors because then I look wrong if it's a rumor. But we're hearing rumors that Microsoft is putting out rumors that they want to be quiet. They want to shock Sony. So nobody knows what they're going to show. We don't know if it's more powerful or weaker. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they're saying out of their mouth. It matters about the actions. We heard a lot of things about Xbox One, and it didn't matter in the end because Sony supported the gamers and Microsoft wanted subscriptions. They wanted to put that in there in the very beginning, and people fought back about it. Then they eventually put it in there anyway. The DRM was what they wanted to that was the foundation of their subscription plan, their little roadmap.
Yep.
And people fought back about it, right? And they didn't put it in there. But then eventually they did put DRM in there. You know,
They,
you always have to
slowly
stay online. If you're
integrated.
playing Game Pass, you have to always be online.
Yeah,
know?
but what the problem with that is not even with that. The problem is that they saying that's a rumor, but it may even come out with a Scarlet. they talking about this thing is taking so long, so hush hush that they may not even release it, yo. It may be fall behind, maybe behind. That's what they were saying. It may be behind the PS5. They saying it either be way behind in release or it may not even come out because. You understand when they release Eddie next console, man. That's a lot of money when you do R&D, research and development. That's a lot of money going into that to developing consoles. And if your console is going to sell less than the previous gen, then it's a wrap, man. You know, that's a lot of money you lost.
But the people who saying the people who Xbox, they was upset about the Xbox Scarlet. They would say they was upset about it.
Yeah, there's not a lot of information given to the developers. The developers are upset because they're not getting a lot of information, and I don't believe they have development kits. We've saw the development kit. We're going to talk about all of this today. And this is our new... I got to change this name, by the way. It's our new section. It's called Topics, where we actually we have an image of the main topic and we're going to talk about it. Of course, we're going to still do the share thing where we go on the internet and share, but to make it more viewer friendly, we're going to make sure we have one picture that's completely about whatever the topic is, and you're going to see us and you're going to see our logo, and that's how it's going to be. It's basically the same setup as any other setup, but this one's going to be a little bit more focused on the main topic. Yeah. So I do wanted to go over the PS5
I got the two
information.
I bought two VR bundles. I bought two, one for my daughter and one for me. So I bought two VR bundles, man, for her. I bought one for her. VR bundles is dope. $200 for 4 games.
I thought it was 5 games.
5. Yes, 5 games for $200 and 2 bigger games with the camera with the VR headset for $250.
The Amazon one was 4.
Nah, it's supposed to always be 5 games. It's supposed to be 5 games.
So don't tell me I got beaten in the head. Let me take
no,
a look
you
at
didn't
that
get
shit.
beaten. This is like it's VR Worlds. They might not consider that a game, but VR Worlds is a game that's in there. Cause you get Astro Bot, you get Elder Scrolls, VR Worlds, and like 2 other games.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. So, hey, Eddie, J Love, if you're looking at it, this is the image that came out not too long ago, probably a couple days ago. This is the PS5 development kit. It looks exactly like all the images that we've been seeing over the last couple months. It looks exactly like it. Now, Yella believes that controller on top of the development kit is the new PS4 controller. But I can't confirm it because, of course, the new PS4 controller, it don't really look that much different from the new PS5 controller. Don't look that much different from the PS4 controller, so I wouldn't know. I do think it looks weird. It's a weird looking development kit. It's got a lot of vents. That shit's gonna run hot. Like it's a lot of vents right there.
But they said it was going to be having a disc. Where do you put the disc in at? That slot's not big enough for a disc.
What, the one right there? Yeah, that shit's big enough. Right
it
there.
Looks like the size of a GameCube disc.
Oh no, that's big enough. I guess it's big enough. I don't know. Hoping it. Oh no, I mean, but because this is the development kit, they're probably putting one of those development discs in there. Probably not the biggest one.
Trey said I sent it to you on Discord about that Man Evil game.
Okay, I'll check it, but I don't want to cover it right now because I don't. Again, the way we gonna run the channel. We gotta make sure we got visuals. You know, like we gotta have those visuals. So I mean, I believe it when I see it, but I can't. You know. The last time I trusted Rockstar, ended up looking like an idiot, Eddie, because we remember Agent, Everybody
Yep.
was waiting for Agent, and we never saw anything. And people kept hyping it up and waiting for it, and we never saw anything. So I'm going to wait. When Rockstar shows it off, I can hype it up. But right now, I can't hype up what I don't see. And dealing with Rockstar, I can't trust them like that. Sorry,
Yeah, me neither.
I can't do it.
They canceled 2 more games. They
cancel a lot of games. So I mean, that's not something I want to do right now. I don't want to put my trust in them.
What's good, Jamal Bates? What's up to everybody in the comment section in here on PlayStation Legion? Shout out to my boy Jamal Bates, the Real Airplane 99, Ice Cream Gaming. What's up?
200 more Bates.
True Watch. What's up, True Witty? What's good?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I like it. It looks
Fernando
pretty
Vargas
interesting.
was good.
Very futuristic. But the thing is, they seem to have... I don't know what to say. Is this the development kit, the original one, or was this the development kit for, like, the PS4? Because I'm confused about that one. This one,
What
right,
up, Jamal Bates, man?
the one on the left-hand side. I mean, the right-hand side. The ones that stacked on each other. I mean, aren't those development kits also?
No, I don't know. It look like.
Because I remember seeing that before. I remember seeing those before with the other controller. Yeah, oh, no, those are the yeah, okay. Those are the PS4 development kits. Yeah, I remember seeing that. I remember when we was seeing, like, what the controller might look like with the touchpad. Remember when the PS4 was about to come out? Yeah, that's the PS4 development kit. The old and new version. What we're looking at on the left-hand side with the V in the middle, that's the PS5 development kit. All I can say is it's going to run hot. I mean, it's definitely got to be a powerful system to have all those vents for the development kit.
And JayTech, they're saying that they got Demon Souls on that little picture, right? Demon Souls game on the disc. They got on the sign right there.
Where?
You don't see the stuff on the PlayStation 5?
I can't see that.
Yeah. People saying they got Demon Souls. I can't even see that.
I can't see that. I'm not. Again, I'm
people saying
getting
that.
tired of people with the rumors. You gotta cut the rumor. Everybody, you gotta cut the rumors out, man. Because you're not gonna look right when these rumors are not coming true. Okay, so I mean. Remember, a lot of people thought Batman was going to be shown at E3, but it's not being shown at E3. So we got to wait. You got to wait. It's better to wait than be wrong and look stupid. It really is. Just so I would tell people to wait. If people waiting for Demon Souls, I'm waiting for it too. But we got to wait until it's actually confirmed because you're going to end up looking stupid. I want PlayStation All-Stars as bad as anybody else, but following what I believed at the time to be the facts, it didn't pan out for me.
Jay, Demon Souls is a PS5 from what they're talking about, man.
Yeah, because no, they're saying
that's the thing. I mean, I would love that, and that's cool. But I still want to wait and see it. You know what I'm saying, J Love? I want to see it. I don't want to dream about it. I want to see it. I want it to be a reality. That's the only way I can get hyped about anything anymore. You know how many rumors I see each day? I'm going to be crazy if I fucking believe every rumor. No, I want to believe what I know to be true with all the facts.
Yeah. Facts.
Now, there's only one thing I'm going to say about this whole design. If the PS5 looks similar to this,
it won't.
The only thing
it won't.
I would worry about is Sony continually getting blamed for these people with roaches in their systems due to event size.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I saw that guy, and everybody confirmed that guy's, like, when he looked around his room.
No, there was more than one that complained about roaches in their system.
Oh.
That's actually been.
I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't heard that, like, this year with that one guy, and you telling me. Other than that, nah. And I mean, if your room is dirty, if your house is dirty, hey, maybe roaches crawl in there. That's not the manufacturer's fault. Now,
Right.
if your system comes to you with roaches already in it, then I could blame that on the manufacturer. But your system
Right.
is not
Yeah.
born with roaches in it.
Right. I don't got
Yeah.
that issue. I don't got roaches in my
Yeah,
house. So
I don't
wouldn't-
either.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, that'd be weird. Let's see what else we got. I wanted to talk.
But they JTech. But they saying they can see that shit.
Nah, you can't see it because I can't see it.
Me either.
Hold on, man. I got the image on my phone. I'm just zoom all the way in on the phone.
I can't even see that. I
and
ain't got
see
no
what
good
the fuck
eyes.
They talking about because
shout out to Cyber Dragon.
They dreaming,
The
man.
comment section
They dreaming.
lane.
I know
What's up,
Demon
y'all?
Souls is real, but you still dreaming. Why people?
Yeah, I can't
why
even see
people
that.
like to do that to themselves? Why they do that so much?
I don't know, JTech.
Nah,
they
man.
just
As
be
soon as
saying
I
that.
try to zoom in, the shit gets blurry. It's no way you can see anything.
I can't even see that.
No, you can't see nothing, man.
What's going on? What's going on? Eddie,
First
J
time I
Love.
heard
Hey,
that.
Snow Bunny.
What's up, Big Money?
Snow Bunny, what's going on?
Nothing much. What's
Hey,
going on with
sweetie.
you?
Look, I got good eyes,
Oh,
but I
man.
cannot see that.
I
I
can't see
don't
that
got
shit
that
either,
type
man.
of good eyes. I don't got that good type of good eyes. I can't even see
Luca in the
that.
house. Buka Luka.
Yo, how was your Black
What's
Friday, Big Money? What'd you buy,
going
man? What'd you
on,
buy?
Big Gunny?
And I broke
got
in the
a lot of money,
motherfucker,
man.
brother. I ain't got
That's why you
nothing.
call Big Money. You got all that money, man.
Nah, hey, I changed my name, bro. Barely got no money.
His
That's my
name,
name.
nah,
now,
his
bro.
name is Dreams.
Yeah, right,
now.
man. You... yeah, all right.
Barely got no money, fam. I ain't barely got no money.
What's going on, Big Money?
What's going on? Hey, how was everybody weekend? How was everybody weekend?
Good, man.
Man, it was
Good,
okay. It was
relaxing.
okay. It was okay.
Good.
Good, relaxing.
Man, we ran out of food the next day. You hear me?
I
Man, we
bet.
had so many leftovers, bro. We ran out of food so motherfucking quick. It's crazy, bro.
Okay, Big Money.
It ain't nothing like them things.
We got some big news to start talking about.
I
I
don't hear
think
shit about no damn Death Stranding. You better not say shit about no damn Death Stranding.
I beat the game, and I sent you the pictures, and you can't say shit about it. So now say something bad about them. Hold on, Big Money. Say something bad about them fucking pictures I sent you. Now tell me that shit don't be looking tough. Now listen.
Hey,
I told you before, if you could have paid somebody to get through the tutorial map for you, you would have saw more good parts of the game. That's all I'm saying.
game, but it still would have been the same, man.
No, it wasn't. Because you didn't say nothing bad about the pictures I sent you. And I'm still waiting. I spammed
You
your
was
ass with
sitting
some
there
more
thousand
pictures.
in a motherfucker.
Hold on. Let me help you out. I'll send you more pictures.
Come on, Jay, stop sending me all
Nah,
those
man.
pictures,
I want to help you out, man. I want to help you believe.
Yo, Jay.
Oh, damn it. Light-skinned guys here.
Yeah, fuck you, you black bastard.
Yo,
Check
Yellow,
this out.
what, man? Yellow, what's good, man?
What's going on, yo?
little man.
Yo, I'm just jumping in to let you know I'll be back in the podcast. I got to cook breakfast for my wife, her birthday. So
But-
I'm listening. I'm
But
chiming
it's
in.
2
Shut up, bitch.
o'clock.
Okay. For you, it's all morning, nigga. Everybody ain't on the same time
You
schedule.
on the East Coast. It's 2
Yellow.
o'clock.
It's all morning, bro.
You making lunch for your wife, okay? Come on,
No.
man.
Anyway, but nonetheless, bro, I'm here. I'm chiming in. I'm gonna be in the chat,
Okay.
monitoring. So y'all hold it down, man. I'll catch up with y'all in a few.
I'll hold it down like mayonnaise.
How did you
Hold shit
run
down.
out of
Sam, what's up,
food
Sam? What's
already,
good?
Biggie?
Like, we had a lot of people come over, and
Oh, they fucking
I ain't gonna lie
they-
to you.
they-
took all your
man.
food.
I had about 9. I had about 4-5 plates a day. I was crushing that fucking
What the
food.
fuck?
Like,
That Big Money,
yeah.
4 or 5
Come on,
plates?
Big Money. You don't gotta do it like
4-5
that.
plates a day. You hear me?
Man, shit.
That's
I
what
eat
that
like
motherfucker.
7
Hey, you know what I do, bro? Hey, real shit. You know what I do before? I always do this when Thanksgiving come around. I don't eat like
Oh,
nothing
I
for like
see.
a couple of days.
Yeah.
I drink some water and I get a little soup about 4 days before, and then I crush, man. I crush meat and food.
You must be having some good
I
shit
killed
there.
me
You must
some
have some
food.
fried chicken, collard greens,
Oh, man.
ribs. You must
Shut
have
up,
had it
man.
all.
You
We
making
ain't
me
had
fucking
no
hungry
tragedy.
already.
We just had
And I'm
that
sitting here-
fried turkey.
I'm sitting here eating the cake my mama made. So from
Oh,
Thanksgiving,
boy.
what
Y'all
are you
making me
talking about
hungry
now?
as fuck right now. God damn it.
My family cooked some
Hungry,
gumbo.
man.
My family cooked some
Ooh.
gumbo. Some good seafood
Which
gumbo.
I had that regular gumbo or that seafood gumbo. Oh, that sounds
seafood,
good right
that
about now. man.
seafood gumbo. That
I haven't
seafood.
had that in
Ooh.
years. Might get my
That's-
mom to make some.
Oh, good.
seafood gumbo,
Boy.
crabs.
That mac and cheese, big
Damn,
money
that
was
sound
banging,
good
right?
right now.
Hey, J
Crabs.
Love, that's where it's at.
That mac and
Hey,
cheese, them candy
bro, we made
yams, the
about
motherfucking fried
9
chicken,
pairs of that shit.
the cold,
I
huh?
fuck with that mac and cheese, bro.
Potato
And everybody
salad.
can't make mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Nah,
With
that's
German
true.
olive, turkey,
True.
ham.
Y'all motherfuckers need to stop, man. I don't like
I'm
it.
about to give me another plate. I got some leftovers, so
God
I
damn
send
it.
y'all plates. I send y'all some plates.
Hey, hey, J Love, you know that's one thing about black family. After Thanksgiving, we don't cook meals after that. That food gonna last
Yeah,
for at
it's
least a
supposed
week or
to
two.
last, but the way you eating it is
That
not gonna
shit gonna
last.
last for about 2-3 weeks.
That
Oh
shit
yeah.
gonna be gone already.
Yeah,
Nah.
we had like 5 plates. There ain't gonna be nothing left.
That's what I'm saying.
See, with it only being me and my mom, we make one big meal, but she separates it into 2 smaller meals. So when I leave, I take my half with me.
Oh,
That's
you take it
crazy.
with you.
You don't live with your mom, Snow
Call
Bunny?
it crazy pack.
Nah, my mom lives like 5 minutes away from me. She
Oh,
has
okay.
her own house, and I live in my own house.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay. Well, let's move on to the real topic. One of the main topics. Get up out of here with Death Stranding real quick. That is the PlayStation Awards. The 25th anniversary of the PlayStation 1, which is going to be this Tuesday. Sony around the world has been very low key because it's the Japanese 25th anniversary when PlayStation first came out. Next year, when the PS5 comes out, it would be, the real 25th anniversary of the worldwide release, basically in the United States and shit. So, this is big. This is big news. They're gonna have an award show. They're starting to hype it up. Even the United States branch, they started with a hashtag 25 years of play. It's rumored that we're gonna get some information on some new games that are coming out. Some people are thinking that Ghost of Tsushima clearly is the next logical choice to start talking about because Naughty Dog, they can handle The Last of Us by themselves. They can, show off trailers and shit. They can do all of that by themselves. They're not kids or anything. But Ghost of Tsushima's been quiet for so long, So they're definitely gonna have to push that.
Yeah, it's been radio silence since
for
when
all
they showed
the
it.
whole year. So it's been a whole year, and it makes sense. Days Gone, Death Stranding struggled a little bit. I won't lie about that. It wasn't an automatic adoption for those games. So they put a lot of advertisement behind both of those games. You're out there in the public all the time. People know of them, whether you hate it or love it. You know of those games, and they did their part. But it would have been stupid to start hyping up Ghost of Tsushima when you have those two games coming out at the end of this generation. I think Ghost of Tsushima is going to be talked about next year. I mean, there's a lot of shit about to go down. There's another Japanese event where that Grand Blue Fantasy Relink that I talked about, that RPG, that's going to have a new gameplay trailer. The game was supposed to come out this year, but this year was crowded. It's rumored that it'll come out next year, also close to the fighting game that's of the same name, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. The Versus is the fighting game, Relink is the RPG. Then Persona, it has a announcement on the same day as the PlayStation anniversary. A lot of PC fans believe the Persona Royal is going multi-plat. It's going to be announced for all platforms on Tuesday. I don't know.
I'm not getting hype until I see it.
Yeah, I don't know. When it comes to Sega, you just don't know sometimes. Like you really just don't. You don't know. Sega wants to go multi-plat. I won't lie about that. They clearly want to go multi-plat, and nobody can stop them. But I don't know. We gotta see. Hold on. I wanted to. There was like one more thing I forgot to damn do. What was that? Source code for the chat.
Hey, what day is that? What day is that? A Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, that's a Tuesday.
Or
So that's an update day, but it's actually today. Yeah, it's actually today because the 3rd, in their time, it'll be today. But we don't know when the podcast. Tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow for them. So we don't know when their thing is going down, but I'm about to go figure it out. I'm about to go to the Japanese.
somebody put it in chat, I think. They said December 3rd, about 4 a.m. in Eastern Standard Time. Thanks, Cyber. Was that what you were talking about?
Hey, put the chat up. You got the chat up?
Yeah, I'm about to go do that. Hold on.
Huh?
Oh, I'll be right back.
Damn, I'm gonna be asleep.
Thank you, Cyber.
Oh, I put that shit on the wrong side. Why did I put it on that side? Remove.
You have to go, kitty.
There we go. Here's the chat. See if I can read this shit. Yeah, so it seems like it's gonna be a lot of shit going down. Makes sense. It makes sense. I'm gonna put the chat up right here. So let's see. Cyber, you got
Hey, Ice Queen, how you doing?
You got that'll be 9 o'clock for me in the morning.
9 a.m. for Ice Queen. For us, they're 5 hours ahead of us. So for us, 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So that'll be Monday, or that would be
the 3rd, Tuesday.
So it'll still be in the morning over there. Okay.
Yeah. Because if depending on what time it is over there, if it's 4 a.m. for us, they're roughly 12, 16 hours ahead of us. So the show will be in the evening in Japan. Afternoon, evening. Huh?
Where's she at in the UK?
Ice Queen is in the UK.
Yeah, she. Hey, me too, Jameer. I'm so glad that shit is.
I'm about to go buy me one for Black Friday.
Don't you dare tell me no shit like that, Eddie.
Do it, man. Yeah, do what you gotta do.
Don't make me go crazy, Eddie. Hey, bro.
What was you about to go buy?
That shit is terrible.
I'm about to just messing with y'all. Hell no.
Hey, Big Money, what was you gonna buy? What would you buy?
A stadium.
Oh, please no, don't do that. That's illegal.
I'm just joking.
Yo, but Jay,
we don't want you to do that.
Jay, you forgot about Cyber Monday though, because you know tomorrow they may have some
I
off the
didn't
hook
forget.
deals more better than
That's
Friday.
what I've been saving my money for. It'll go much lower.
Game over. What you trying to make me mad or something, bro? You trying to make me mad or something? Don't play that game, bro. It's not amazing, man. Don't play that game. Game over.
The Stadia right there is much better than anything you ever saw. Because it's the fucking Stadia.
I think at this point somebody might even want an Xbox before Stadia.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's illegal.
Yeah. Man, you know what? Xbox is they the only they in 4th place in the 3-man race. How is that fucking possible? Like, that shit is crazy. These motherfuckers, they don't want to win.
Yeah, they don't want to win.
I thought
And
it was
you know
all about
what?
making money.
All I'm gonna say with that is that's their fault. I'm tired of people saying, "Oh, the PlayStation, why was it so cheap?" Well, nobody told you to put the fucking camera with the system. You should have sold it by itself. PlayStation sold their camera by itself multiple generations in a row. Hey, if you want to buy the camera, buy the camera. If not, don't worry about it. They had a $400 console, and you had a $500
You know, PlayStation
console.
was close to doing the same thing, right, with the camera?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, I heard that
but
too.
then they made the proper decision and not do it.
Yeah, to not do it.
There's no reason not to give us an option. Like, why would you force us to buy that? You know, it doesn't make sense.
There
It's-
you go.
When you say that shit out loud, like,
I mean, a
you give us
couple
both
people was
options.
like, "Hey, I wish I would have brought the camera when the VR came out, because if you had the camera, you would have had basically half of the VR."
No, but you remember the camera was sold out, and Yoshida tweeted out like the demand was way more stronger than we anticipated.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even close.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I remember that.
So you're kind of just like, you know, letting the consumer kind of just manipulate themselves in that respect. If you don't force them to do shit,
Hey
it
guys,
works out beautifully.
I want to remind everybody, I already re-downloaded and I already have it fully installed. Titanfall 2 is going to be free for everybody on PlayStation Plus. And I know not everybody's watching our podcast, but I want you guys to do your part as gamers in the PlayStation community and spread the word. We're going to see if we can bring this community back and see if more people are streaming Titanfall than Gears of War 5 this week, so I can fucking laugh.
I think
Okay.
people on Apex are gonna get on it thinking, you know, it's like something that just came
I hope
out
they
and just they're
fucking
gonna act
do,
stupid
bro.
about it. Yeah,
Cause it's good.
Shit.
It's
but
good.
that's probably the best shooter this generation, man.
The multiplayer is good. as
Yeah,
fuck,
we
though.
also got that
Yeah.
dirt bike game, that cross motorsport game.
Oh shit, they should put some those, but I played.
Oh,
Yeah.
that Monster Energy game?
Yeah, the Monster
Yeah.
Energy game.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
But they got free
That
game
reminds
come
me
out.
of a game I used to play on the 64 with the dirt bikes. God damn. Bring back memories.
Is that just basically like another road?
Basically. I mean, that looks alright. It's just, I haven't played a motorsport game in a long time. I don't know. Fucking dirt bike game.
I ain't gonna front, Jay. You got me pulling out my PS3 again just for MotorStorm, man. When we had that discussion, I think I might have to go and pick up that game again, yo.
Oh, fuck. Definitely, man.
You got Apocalypse on PS now, J Love.
For real?
Yep.
Yeah.
They're missing the other one.
Yeah, they missing the first two
Original.
were good. Especially the second one, Pacific Rift. Oh my god, that shit was so good.
Oh,
Look at all
yeah.
that water.
That shit was
man,
up.
fucking water. God damn. Gotta love it. But yeah, Titanfall 2, free for PlayStation Plus. I heard that the
Jesus.
games with Xbox Gold this month suck ass. They are bad. They are bad. Not
I gotta
again.
be honest, I forget they give out games for free. That's a little I've been paying attention to that.
Yeah, I mean, what's the point of doing that
I'm
anymore
okay
when you're
with-
giving out
Like, what's the
games?
last noteworthy game they gave out for free?
I don't know. But I mean, I'm confused when you're already giving games away for Game Pass, which are basically free. You get Game Pass and you have access to all those games. That's the same thing as Xbox Live Gold. So I'm trying to figure out why people are paying for 2 subscriptions when they're doing the same fucking thing.
They're most likely going to phase out Xbox Gold.
Yeah, I would expect them to, because the games you get on Game Pass are better than the games they're giving away for Xbox Live Gold.
Why isn't Sony promoting more of the fact that you can play PS Now that haven't to have PS Plus or anything? Like, they never promote that shit. I never see it.
I don't know.
'Cause it's not.
What you
That should be
said,
the
repeat
first
that?
thing you should
Repeat
see on the
that.
PS Now description, because you don't need multiplayer, or excuse me, PS Plus to play the online games on PS Now. It's a huge advantage.
I did see one thing. I did see that was interesting. Was I was looking through this magazine and they were advertising a PlayStation game and they were saying that it's on PlayStation Now and or PSN and PlayStation 4, and I was like, this is the first time I've ever seen them advertise for PSN in an advertisement.
Hmm.
Yeah, it looks like they're finally getting started. They need to get up on that.
Yeah, they definitely
see
do.
that.
I don't want them to get too relaxed before next gen. I don't see Microsoft coming back like PlayStation did this gen, or at the end of
Or
last
even
gen.
like Nintendo.
Yeah,
or even
No, they
I mean,
got
I
too
don't
much-
say
they got
Nintendo
too
went
much
away. I
money.
mean,
Nintendo straight up became like the Undertaker
yeah,
this
I don't
time.
feel that Nintendo lost anything. I mean, yeah, they had a bad gen. I mean, they had a bad gen with GameCube to a degree, but it didn't mean they were gonna go away. Like, Nintendo got a fighting spirit, just like PlayStation.
Yeah.
They're not
And
gonna,
then on top of that-
I'm just gonna give up and this is the new normal. I mean, the only person that did that dumb shit was fucking Xbox. Like, this is the
Hey,
new
and then
normal.
on
We're
top
gonna
of
make
that-
you pay for subscriptions. We don't want you to buy games anymore.
Hey, on top of that, man, they got some headbangers coming, bro. They got some like these are games everybody gonna want to play, man. They got some headbangers coming, man. Like, oh my god, everybody is waiting on like 2 or 3 games they got coming, and I can see them selling a lot of Switches within this next year and a half. But see, the only what was that game that they canceled? Snow Bunny. Remember they started over. Man, what was the name of that fucking game?
Metro Prime 4.
Yeah, that was the only.
Yeah, but they didn't announce that big money. They didn't announce that game yet. They announced it, but they didn't announce the date for it. Just,
the one that we just saw the logo for?
They had to start over on. They shut
over.
But yeah, they had to start it over.
The developer who was doing it, it wasn't matching up with what Nintendo wanted. Nintendo took it back from them and basically gave it back to Retro Studios, and they remade it from the ground up.
Nintendo ain't no joke.
Man, I'm getting
So it
hyped
was like
up
similar
for
with
this
the Final
fucking
Fantasy
Need for
remake, though.
Speed, man. I'm getting real hyped for Need for Speed. So
I've seen it played. My friend streams it. It's fucking awesome.
I know, man. It's giving me the Need for Speed Underground vibes, Underground 2, and I used to play the fuck out of that game.
It's been getting a lot of great reviews too, man.
Yeah,
It's been getting a
man.
lot.
I'm about to start on Star Wars later today. Like after I go to I'm gonna go get something to eat after the podcast. I'm gonna start streaming Star Wars today. I beat Death Stranding, but I didn't platinum it yet. I'm going to platinum the game, but I beat the game. So.
It's so good, bro. Star Wars is really good.
So I'm definitely gonna play Star Wars today. I'm gonna start streaming that on Twitch.
How many packages I gotta deliver in Star Wars, Big Money?
8.
None.
Damn.
Not one.
Yeah, you do. You gotta use that
Not
shit
even a
to
lightsaber.
get somewhere to
One
deliver
goddamn
something. You deliver.
You ain't got to fix no goddamn highways.
Yeah, you
none
do.
of that.
Yeah,
Yo,
you do.
just
I believe.
play.
There you go, man.
There you go. Big money
Fix the
over
Death
there.
And you say he got to fix the
Man,
Death Star.
I think
I'm gonna see.
I think they sold out of Need for Speed when they put it down to 40. Cause I don't see it. I don't see it here. Nope.
Because everybody was worried about it with like microtransactions and stuff.
Did it have any?
I don't think so. I can't remember completely, but I'm not even positive if it
Yeah,
does.
that shit sold out, man. I'm gonna have to go check on PlayStation, the digital store. If it's 40, I'll pick it up. Fuck it.
Yo, Big Money, you got a Switch?
Yeah. No.
Huh?
My son doing it most of the times though.
Oh.
I'm sorry. What was that?
No, you got a Switch?
Yeah. You got one?
Nah, I ain't got one.
You know what? This is a real good time. I've said it lately. Like this last year, man, Nintendo has been on top, man. Sony's been there, but Sony, like, I know they getting ready for next gen, and I think Nintendo is taking advantage of that time. Between now and to the PlayStation 5 come out, I think we're gonna see a lot of nice games coming from Nintendo.
Man, Switch needs to slow down. I got 6 already by March that I want. They need to slow the hell down.
God damn. I ain't got no money for this shit. God damn, y'all.
I need for them to release something I don't want for a month to give me a
I hear that.
Look, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I should buy, so I need help.
Hey, but you know what? It ain't no good games like coming out anytime soon.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
2
It's
months?
like you got this and you got Final Fantasy. You know what? Oh fuck! That's right. I'm supposed to give away that damn fucking code. I'm supposed to give away that code, ain't I?
Is anybody interested in the Dragon Ball game though? Was it the RPG one, Kakarot?
I'm interested, but I'm afraid that game gonna be too fucking long. And I can't play another long game right next to another long game. So.
Well, you're gonna have nothing to do in January and February.
No fucking Final Fantasy coming up soon. Gonna be coming.
Final Fantasy comes out in March. I thought Kakarot was coming out in March also.
That's what I was saying, man.
It's coming out in January.
You sure?
Yeah, Neo.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Kakarot coming out in January.
Neo 2 comes out a week after Final Fantasy, man. I'm not gonna be packed.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's so many games next year. And we say this every fucking year, but you gotta give it to Sony. I said this multiple times now. They made it okay to bring out big blockbusters in the first half of the year. Like, they really did a good job doing that. With Bloodborne, Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War coming out between March and April and
Jay,
shit.
you know why that is? Like, they started to see that Americans are buying more PlayStations than anybody in the world, and they know what we get. What happens between what's our favorite time of the year for Americans when we got the people that got jobs between January, February, and March and May?
Or
Income
January,
tax time,
February,
and they know
and
that.
the month where
There's
Dreams
an-
comes out.
But you got to also think about this. If they're trying to break into like the Chinese market with stuff, we got the Chinese New Year coming up between January and whenever. That's like a month long thing. They're putting out more bigger games during that time also to coincide with when people have like kids get money and things like that.
Mhm.
So those something else you got to think about also with the
So
Chinese New Year coming
remember
out.
back in the day, back in the day, Snow Bunny, the people, those studios used to think it wasn't a good thing to put out a lot of blockbuster games after Christmas because they thought everybody spent all their money.
This
Like,
is even last
Yeah.
gen big money. I remember that. 360 used
Yeah.
to just like advertise it like there's no reason to
No,
bring out our
but-
games early.
No,
Yeah,
no. But
'cause,
what he's saying is like 20 years ago. Because me and Big Money, we're near the same age. This was like 20 years ago when we were like in our early 20s. You would never see a company bring out a game January, February. That
Yeah.
was a big game.
I
for
always thought that was
like a
silly.
God of War or something like that. They would never do nothing
Never
like
do
that.
it. You might start seeing them like around April, but the first 3 months of the year, you never saw that.
And fuck around.
Okay, guys, I'm about to give out this. This is the digital code for God of War. Look, if you already got God of War, please don't fucking use this damn code. Save it for somebody in the comment section that hopefully don't have God of War. Okay?
Is there anybody that hates God of War?
Well, if you hate God of War, you're probably waiting for it to be an emulator game on fucking PC. You know, hopefully. Oh,
You know what? Cyber Dragon, before we had came on, he had, I want to ask y'all something, like, cause it made me think. He said he was having a discussion with his friend, and the next God of War that comes out, what do y'all think do you think they're gonna say God of War 2, or they're gonna have God of War, and then they're gonna have something at the
Subtitle.
bottom? You know how they use
yeah.
subtitles? I'm thinking that too. Yeah, I'm
'cause
kind of
it's gonna
thinking that too.
It's going to be like, it's got to continue on.
You know what?
but
I'm
it's
so
gonna have more
mad
numbers.
that Final
Hey, Greg,
Fantasy.
the tech guy, you already got it, man. You already got that code, man. You already got God of War, Greg. What's wrong with you, man?
Want to get it again, bro? I'm about to jump in the comment
If
section
you
too.
fast enough.
Shit, somebody
You
got
know
that
what,
good.
man? I ain't
Over
even
here
gonna let
trying to
y'all know
stockpile.
when we about to do that shit. How about that?
He's over here trying to stockpile.
Fuck.
I ain't even finished God of War. That's how fucked up my backlog
What
is.
the fuck? Okay,
That's easy.
You know
illegal.
what he said, Jay? I told you, man.
That shit illegal.
Bruh, like the backlog, like that's become another
Shout out to my
bad
boy
thing in
Craig.
gaming too, bro. Like, shit.
Backlog is
Backlog
crazy,
is a
but whose fault is
motherfucker,
that?
bro.
That's your fault.
Dude, I'm still trying to beat Near Automata. Like, that's one game I really want to finish.
If you
Oh,
would
that shit
stay
is
off
cool,
of
bro.
Dreams,
Like,
Big
yeah.
Money. If you
No, I did,
stayed
yeah, I
off
played
of
10 hours of
Dreams,
it.
Hell no.
beat some
And
games,
music is
man.
something else.
Yeah, beat them.
I don't know what it is, bro. It'd be so many games that come out next to each other, man. It'd be so
That's
hard.
what I'm
because
saying,
it's
man.
like,
If it was between
hard to
Final
finish them.
Fantasy and Dragon Ball, it's not that I don't like Dragon Ball. I'm just trying to think of two lengthy games next to each other. I ain't gonna do it. I'm not. I'm sorry. If Dragon Ball was like, oh, it's an 8-hour, 10-hour gameplay, I'd be like, okay, I picked that up and fucking Final Fantasy. But I'm not doing Dragon Ball and Final Fantasy. No.
I mean, like for me right now, I don't have anything planned. Anything that's
what I'm
planned
saying. Like,
coming
the
out
next
after
time I
March.
get paid and YouTube is about to pay me, that money is going to pre-order the digital deluxe of Final Fantasy. They're going to pay me the 21st of December. And when I get that payment, that goes for the digital deluxe of Final Fantasy. So the YouTube community, haters, whoever's been watching the videos the last 3 months, you guys, thank you. Because you're about to pay off Final Fantasy digital deluxe. That money is not coming from my pocket. It is coming from you. So I want to say thank you. I will be doing a
Wolf of Wall
video
Street.
for the theme. There's a dynamic theme
That's exactly
for the
who he is.
PS4.
For real.
And I'm going to be doing a video for that. So I want to thank you guys in advance. It's not that I don't have enough money for Dragon Ball, but I'm thinking about, I'm looking at that shit. That shit looks like
might
a
pick it up,
long-ass game. It looks like a
Yeah, 'cause
big-ass
it's-
game. If
it's an RPG,
Sam's
supposedly.
buy it, then that's cool because we're game sharing. So I'm going to get Final Fantasy. If
I need a game show with somebody.
yeah, if you getting Dragon Ball, then I get Final Fantasy, and we're fucking straight.
I
Yeah,
don't
well, you know
know
I'm getting
how
Neo
long-
too, so.
Oh yeah,
I
I
don't
know
know
you're getting
how
Neo
long-
too. I already know
I
that.
don't know how
Did you
long
say
Final Fantasy
Nobody-
is going to be because it's only
Well, they're
up
putting
to
a lot of
in
shit
the
in this one to
mid-card.
make it lengthy.
Yeah, it's not even half the game, I don't think.
No.
So
No, you don't even leave Midgar.
Yeah, so I don't even know how long that's going to be.
No,
This is coming from
did
them,
say
Snow Bunny.
they've added some new things in the game to lengthen it, like bosses and shit that weren't in the original. So
Dude, they said straight up this is longer than the whole game, the original. So let's see if they live
Yeah,
up to their
bro.
word.
we'll see. I mean, they
Right.
dragged out Final Fantasy 15, and they could have made that game short if they really wanted to. But they put
Damn, they
things
about
in the
to take a
game to
chunk
make it
out
like
of that.
long. Like there was a lot
By
of
the
crazy
time-
side missions in that game. Like
Listen,
And
by the
it's
time that
expected
shit get through,
You're going to
Go
be
ahead,
three
Snowball, I'm sorry.
generations. I was saying, with them just starting part 2 to it, developing it, expected in another 15 years.
yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, look, all I'm gonna say, if they got the engine down pack, it shouldn't take that long. I'm not saying it won't. I'm just saying that I think the major thing with these, especially with Square Enix, they don't have an engine ready. You know, and they need to really have their own engine for the games they want to do because it seems like there's a lot of things with them
Luminous
that
engine?
take forever, huh?
Were they using like the Luminous engine? But it was like
they
booty
were using
supposedly.
the Luminous
didn't they?
engine, then they used the Unreal engine. All I want them to do is just have an engine for Final Fantasy, so they don't have to make gamers wait.
So the remake's using the Unreal Engine then.
Yeah, well,
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's easy to develop for it, so hopefully they can pop out too before the end of next gen, and I'll be all right with that. I'll be all right with that. The middle of next gen
See, the
or
thing
the
is
generation after, huh?
people is worried about how many parts is going to be and how much is it. Because are we going to pay $60 for part 1, $60 for part 2, and part 3?
Yep.
Like, how are they going to do the pricings?
All
That's
I'm
what's scaring
all I'm
me,
gonna
like,
say,
prices
I
and
hope
shit.
that this game is half and half. And Snow Bunny, hear me out. Just like on some other games that we didn't get all the information when we were looking at trailers and looking at the hype, and we found out that the game was longer than what we thought. I definitely believe that about Final Fantasy. I believe that they have some stuff in the game, not new stuff, but I think the game is going to be a little bit longer than just, hey, the first part and Midgard. Even though Midgard, I don't know how long Midgard lasted. I don't think it lasted that long, but I do believe they're going to leave Midgard. I don't think that the whole game's in Midgard.
It might just end on that. You're leaving and then it's like, hey, to be continued or something.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
what they're
that's what I'm
They're
saying.
the
You
first
guys
one
could
is
be
all
right,
the way up.
but you could be wrong. But I don't believe they're going to do that knowing that would have pissed off people.
If it is legit longer than the whole game, the original, then I'll take the the little increments if they live up to their word. But if they don't, man, they can fuck
Yeah.
off at that point.
I
The
mean,
game gonna have
that's
to
the
be out of
thing.
this world.
The game's going to sell off of hype before people figure out how long it actually is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. Me personally, I'm not gonna sit up here and say, "Oh, it's short. I'm not gonna buy it." No, I'm buying this shit. I am, and it's not coming out of my wallet, so I could care less. I mean, I'm buying this shit. I'm not gonna wait another generation to play through the story. I'm gonna support this shit because I'm hoping that they can, since they have the engine, they know what the graphics need to look like. They can do a remake of Final Fantasy Crisis Core, which they should have started out with first, I believe, because it was shorter. It was a shorter story.
You know what? I want to ask Snow Bunny something. Snow Bunny, do you think? Because I know it's a lot of games that's coming out that might not make it to the Switch. Which game do you think Nintendo should? Because I never thought The Witcher 3 would be coming to the Switch. There's no way in it. A year ago, if you would have told me, I would have bet you any kind of fucking money that it wasn't coming. What game do you think that's you can see not coming because it's more powerful. Well, I can't even say that because it's unclear what the Switch can really run. Because I just knew for sure that The Witcher 3 couldn't run on the Switch. What game do you think that's coming? That Go ahead.
They were saying the same exact thing about Doom, Wolfenstein, and Skyrim. They all said none of those could run on the Switch. And the thing is City Project Red proves to everybody what type of games can run. The thing is any game can come to the Switch if the developer wants to put the time into it to do a competent port. Any game can come. I mean, because you got to think about even Doom Eternal, the newest Doom is already slated coming to the Switch.
Yeah, but
so,
the Vita's more powerful than the Switch, and that's
but the thing is the Vita may be more powerful, but what did Sony do to the Vita? They tanked that themselves.
They didn't support it. They didn't support
exactly.
it.
Is it technically more powerful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Vita was more powerful than the Switch. But the thing is,
but they can't do HD.
Nintendo.
They can do HD if you got the Vita TV and plug it up. You can do 1080i.
Not buying that shit.
Yeah, but the thing is Nintendo supports the Switch. Sony put the Switch out. I mean, the Vita out there. Then they did those proprietary memory cards that were super fucking expensive for a small amount of data. That's what shot them in the foot, and then they just dropped it dead in the water. You didn't hardly see anything about the Vita. So, I mean, the thing is, do you think...
And all due respect, Snow Bunny, because I'm a Vita supporter, I got it day one. I don't always put the blame on Sony. It's just like you guys, if you have a drought, you don't put the blame only on Nintendo. You're gonna put the blame on the gaming industry if they want to support it. If CD Projekt Red was like, I'm not gonna make a compromise.
That was Sony's fault.
Hold on, Big Money. No joking. Okay, just hear me out.
I ain't joking.
Hold on, hear me out. I'm gonna let you do what you do normally after I talk. You can do that shit you like to do after I talk. Let's be real quick. If a developer like CD Projekt Red said, I'm not going to make a compromise, I don't want my game to look that way, I'm not going to put it on the Switch, you're not going to blame Nintendo. You're going to blame the third party. I was a Vita supporter. I got a lot of games in the beginning. I got other games. I saw all the games. I know why the support dropped. It was the third party. No system can survive without a good third-party relation. It's simple as that. If you're going to bring out nothing but Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong, Kirby, Pokemon, Smash Brothers, Metroid, and I know you can fill me in on other mainstream line first-party games that only are available on Nintendo systems by Nintendo's first party, that's cool, but you understand there will be a drought. You've already told me that. And I experienced a major drought due to lack of third-party content with the original DS, the very first DS. I didn't blame Nintendo, and I'm not blaming Sony on the Vita thing. There were games that came out afterwards, lots of games. Now, again, anybody, whether it's Snow Bunny or Big Money, hold on, whether it's Snow Bunny or Big Money, if you didn't have a Vita, you don't know. It's just like I don't talk much about the Switch because I don't know.
Yeah, I had a friend who had the Vita.
The Vita was supported and still had brand new games even this year.
About the games, I was talking about those highest price proprietary cards, man.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, look, I'm gonna put it this way. I'm gonna put it this way. Every system, right, and every handheld, every phone, every console, there's something that the consumers will bitch about that they don't like. That was the big thing. Did it mean the whole system was shit? No, I'm not gonna sit up here and say that. I got the card that I needed. I think I got a 32 gigabyte, and I was able to play all the games I wanted to play. I eventually upgraded to a 64 gigabyte. I mean, I was working at the time, so the shit didn't really bother me. Now, you got to remember, this system came out right before the PS4. and a lot of people were a little bit conflicted. Do I buy a new console or do I support the handheld? I'm not going to do both when they're roughly around the same price. And that's the thing. It was a
Let me ask you something,
console,
Jay.
it was a handheld that had the power and the pricing of a console. And I don't think Sony should have did that. I think they should have treated it more like a handheld, even to the fact of making it cheaper by not putting so much effort into the graphics engine and the power, you know?
Yo, let me ask you
Okay,
something.
well,
Jay.
that's what we're saying. We're trying to explain to you that it wasn't it had nothing to do with none of that stuff you were talking about. I'm talking about those cards. Those cards.
That's what I'm saying. It's unfair to say that one thing is, the Vita sucks because of that. That's no.
No, we didn't say. I didn't say it sucked. What I'm saying is that's what killed it.
How did you hear that,
We
JayTech?
weren't talking about.
No. What I believe
We're
killed
saying
it is there was
everything else was great for the Vita. Everything else was great.
Yeah, I
think
think it was the. I think it was the. Eventually,
It was the support.
exactly.
It was the support.
Hold on. This is what I'm trying to say, J Love. It was the support from third party not putting their games on there anymore. It wasn't the third party looked at the proprietary memory cards and say, "Hey, that shit's too much. Let's not put our games over there." It was them not putting their games over there. Hold on. They're not putting their games over there because they were getting ready for next.
Hold on, you talking? Ain't nobody else talking. Bro.
No, but
Come on,
they were getting ready for the next generation of gaming consoles, so they had to make a decision themselves, just like the consumers. As a PlayStation gamer, hey, am I going to get their handheld again, or am I going to try to save money for a future gaming console? They went towards the future gaming console. The gaming industry, third-party developers, where did they go? They said, handheld or next-gen console. Let's go to next-gen console. I mean, you got to remember, the Vita was alive during the PS4.
Yep.
But didn't they make it so that you could have the game on the PlayStation 4 or even the PlayStation 3? I can't remember which one.
Yeah, they had,
and then,
what was it?
and then,
cross-save, cross-buy.
And then when you have that, so then the thing is if you had that going on with the system where you could still play your Vita, but play your PlayStation 4 games and stuff on your Vita, then basically third party didn't have to develop for the Vita because they had the information right there. If you're able to cross buy, then you wouldn't have had to buy it.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. A lot of the people that use the cross buy were Sony first parties.
Yeah, but that was just an option. You
Ice Queen. Oh, I'm sorry.
To do that.
Yeah,
You
so
had to
I
be-
mean,
you had to have
that's
the
the thing.
PS4
I
to
mean,
do
there
that
was
stuff,
Madden
buddy.
there. There was a Call of Duty there. I remember Resistance, Uncharted.
Resistance,
Gravity Rush got
All that
started on a Vita. There was a lot of games there, but then some of those third parties, like I said, the people that did Madden, the people that did basketball, they didn't keep putting their games over there. I mean, it's the same thing that happened with the Wii eventually, or the Wii U, or even the Switch.
It was the Wii U.
Some third-party developers said, "Hey, well, I don't know. I think I feel that I need more power, or that's not where I want to go, and I'm just not gonna put my game over there." They don't tell us all the reasons, but I do believe that I wish more third-party developers would have supported it. You're already making a weaker version of a game for the Wii at the time. You could have done the same thing for the Vita. I mean, when you look at what's going on with the Switch, if it's true, I don't know 100% if the Switch is weaker than the Vita, you're doing what you need to do to put that game over there. You are, in some ways, no disrespect here, downgrading the game so it's playable on a weaker system.
Well, Jay, look
Hey,
at
Ice Queen, I seen what you just put, baby. I'm finna go to the friends thing now. I seen your message, Ice Queen. I seen it.
But
I'm
then
sorry,
you
y'all.
also
Go.
have to think about right now. I don't remember when Sony stopped producing the Vita, and now it's becoming super popular because it's not being produced anymore. And then you still have places like Limited Run Games and Super Rare Games
There you go.
who take the digital versions of games and they put them on the Vita. They even do it with the Switch, PlayStation 4,
Exactly.
Xbox. Wait a minute. Do they do it for Xbox One? I can't remember.
No. They do it for a Switch, Vita, PS4, and sometimes PC.
Yeah,
Yo,
they
Jay,
will
you
take
know-
take the
Jay,
digital versions and put them over on physical for people.
Yeah, but look, all I'm gonna say, the big name third party developers, I was definitely disappointed. There was a ton of games at that age they were starting remasters. That last gen is the generation where they really started focusing
So
on.
what do you think happened? They looked at the Vita sales and said, you know what, we don't give a fuck. Just
I think it
give
was
them a half-ass
it was the
port.
sales, it was the early adoption, and again, you're in a mix between the PS3 being out, making a strong comeback, as well as the PS4 about to come out. And they all had knowledge of the PS4 about to come out because the Vita was very compatible with the PS4. So when I'm gonna put it this way: at a certain point after the Vita had just came out, they also got development kits for the PS4.
And then wasn't the PSP before the Vita?
Yeah, the PSP was before the Vita, and it was very successful. 80 million sold. You know?
80 million.
But this is the thing. It's always a fluke. Everybody always has a bad day or has a bad gen. I mean, PlayStation wasn't the best last gen. Nintendo wasn't the best with the Wii U. Xbox wasn't the best ever.
Which mid-gen?
But
but this is the thing. I mean, not everybody's gonna win with everything they bring out. If you continue to keep going, that's what matters.
Yeah. But Jay, guess what? Say if Sony, because the Vita is that powerful, it's powerful. It's like a PS3, a mini PS3. You know that, right? So say if Sony said, yo, we're going to put PS1, PS2 games, and PS3 on the Vita. That should be fire, nigga.
Yeah, that would be.
Dude, that's why I like PS Now on the Vita.
What if they put all the PS Vita games on the PS5? Now, I hope they do some shit like that.
This is the thing I want to say. The Vita has some very different types of games, like the God of Wars, the exclusive Uncharted game that use the back touchpad. But guess what? The PS4 has a touchpad.
Handheld game of the year.
You know, the PS4 has a touchpad. So if they did a remaster for the Uncharted on the PS Vita, it could be compatible with the PS4 or PS5 because it has a touchpad. I mean, I want the Vita games to live on. The ones that were exclusively made for the Vita. I believe that they should live on. I think the Vita was always ahead of its time, just like the PSP, but the PSP was more successful. You had a back touchpad, a front a touch screen, what is it? What was the screen?
Talking about the gyroscope?
The screen quality. The LED.
Oh, LED. They have two different versions. So they have the OLED.
They had a back camera, a front camera. They had apps for Netflix, Skype, Twitter.
Remember the Near Me feature?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad system at all. It didn't catch on. I will admit that. It did not catch on, and it did flop. It flopped pretty fucking hard. But if it was released in a better time and it wasn't so many other systems out there or systems about to come out, I think it could have did a little bit better.
But then you also have to think about it was going up against Nintendo DS.
Yeah.
In sales. So had Nintendo not had a handheld system at all, it would have taken off like hotcakes.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. It was those, and I don't know what was the outside of the support for the Vita. The PSP was it was the first PlayStation handheld ever.
It was a breath of fresh air, to tell you the truth, when the PSP came out.
Yeah, it was brand new, and at that time, I was a Nintendo fan when it came out, and I hated the PSP. I couldn't stand it. You know, I got the DS day one. I did so many chores and all that shit to get the DS day one, November 2004. I was ready for the DS. My cousins had the DS. We was playing the Metroid demo all the time. We were on PicnoChat. I love the DS. I had Rayman 3D on there. I had the Mario 64 remaster on there. I had Need for Speed Underground 2 on the DS. I had a lot of games on DS, and then I came up against a drought, and I stayed with it. I started buying Game Boy Advance titles that I hadn't finished at the time, like Golden Sun, shit like that. And then, I mean, I don't know. Eventually, you know, after the first one getting stolen when I was in school, and then I got the second one from my cousin, and then that shit dropped, and the top screen broke on me. It was like, hey, enough is enough. I'm gonna take a chance because I saw my brother enjoying PS2. I'll take a chance and see what the PSP was, and it was just, it was fucking life changing. I remember the first time I put my first picture from the computer to my PSP, and it was amazing. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And starting to put music on there and video clips and shit. It was different. It was a completely different system that I've never saw before. And the power. Those graphics.
But will anybody here buy a Vita if they could play PS1 and PS2 games?
No, I mean, that's the thing. You had access to PS1 and PS2 games on a Vita. It didn't save it. You had access to God of War 1 and 2. You had access to Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, and 3 from the PS1. You had access to a lot of PlayStation 1 classics and PS2 titles.
Through what?
Normal games. Jak and Daxter was released on the Vita. 1, 2, and 3 was released on the Vita. Yeah, they were not digital games. They were not PlayStation Now. They were downloadable games you could buy from the store and play them on your Vita. PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games were available on the Vita, but it didn't save it. Go back and look at your history, J-Love. They were available on the Vita.
I'm gonna check it out.
Looking at it too, Cyber Dragon, I see them getting this might be their first game they win, Cyber Dragon.
Oh,
I'm sorry, y'all.
Okay.
The Bears gonna lose again?
No, I ain't looking at the Bengals.
Winning. The Bengals are winning against the Jets.
The Bengals are winning.
These New York teams suck.
Bears score.
Me and Cyber Dragon in Cincinnati is that's his team right there. That's Cyber Dragon's team. Hey, but you know what the big question? Huh?
She corrected you.
That's his team, I think. The big question is, should Sony do it again?
No.
Should Sony make another
I think
handheld?
they should stay focused on what they're strong at right now.
Yeah.
They're strong with consoles. And I'm going to be honest, you're not going to get a lot of handheld fans to say, let's go give them more money on a handheld and a console. Nintendo won because they have a legit hybrid. They have a console that is a handheld. They have a handheld that is a console. And they have great games.
It's like what you said. You gotta go with the strong.
The Vita was ahead of its time.
Exactly. Yeah, the Vita. I'm not gonna lie. The Vita was ahead of its time, and because of the power, because of what it was doing shit that even the PS3 wasn't doing. You gotta remember.
Yeah, but they never advertised them, and they never advertised anything about it.
I mean, cross game
let me
chat.
ask y'all this: if Sony gave us if they gave us an ultimatum, they say, hey guys, what do y'all want us to make next? Do y'all want us to make another PlayStation VR or another handheld? I would rather them go with a handheld.
Dude,
no way. I probably would go with a handheld if the integration with the console was flawless.
Have you tried some of these VR games? There's no way I would choose fucking handheld over that.
I mean, that's just what I'm comfortable with. I've always been a handheld gamer since the Nintendo. So I'm not speaking for everybody, Sam. I'm speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for anybody else but myself. That's my opinion.
Because they failed already. They've had their chance. That's why I'm looking at it.
Before I joined PlayStation, so I'm comfortable with handhelds more than VR. That's just me. I'm not speaking for anybody else.
Hey, Sam, I'll be right there with you. It's the only thing that I'm scared of is the pricing. The pricing is not going to be there because Sony need to catch up with the bigger guys because now they got this. A big thing, y'all already know, the big thing with VR is the shit when they do with the motion sickness, and the other thing is all these fucking cords. Now, if Sony can find a way to put a VR system out there for about $300 and they can have it like without the cords and shit like that, then they can catch up. But for right now, that's the only thing that scares me. When they come out with another system,
big money, they working on that right now.
Yeah.
See, the way I'm looking at it as they've already had a couple shots with the handheld, they messed it up. Like, they're already leading in the VR market. Why don't you just keep building on this, man? You're already in the lead, and it works. Like, you already proved that it works. That was the issue we were all, like, skeptical about, right? Is this thing a real, true experience? It is. Legit makes you feel like you're in the game.
Look, me personally, right now, they were... 80 million is success with a handheld for the very first handheld. Yeah. That's a success.
Yeah.
The Vita... We can both agree that's a fail, but we can't just sit up here and say they failed with both.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, because it was just a fumble. I see if they messed up on 2 handhelds.
Yeah, 80
They did
million
really
is not. No, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna agree with anybody that says the PSP was a failure.
The PSP wasn't
No,
a,
the
it wasn't a
PSP
failure,
was
Big
awesome.
Money.
No,
It wasn't
no,
a failure.
no.
PSP wasn't a failure,
It
yo.
was
That was
not
the
a
first
failure.
handheld. Actually, it did things that the Nintendo wasn't doing. It was doing things Nintendo wasn't doing, playing
And it
movies
still does.
and
It
all that
still
shit.
does things that
I
the
mean,
Switch
this is
can't
what I
do.
wanted to
But
say
what's their
about
goal
the
with that?
Vita. The Vita had cross game chat when the PS3 didn't, and the Vita had Skype support
was
when the
embarrassing.
PS3 didn't. Like there
Yep,
was a
I
lot of
remember
things
that.
Vita was doing, and the PS3 did not do at all, and couldn't.
Yep.
I mean, look, it was ahead of its time. It was ahead of its time. It really was. It was ahead of its time. We're gonna move on, but I think that Sony should stick with VR and make a more powerful VR for the PS5, and get more games for VR. So there's a lot of games that for VR that are only on PC. I don't know if they're only on PC because of how good they are, or if they're only on PC because that's where the developers want to put.
Y'all think?
But I think,
Y'all think?
Hold on, Eddie.
Y'all think Xbox gonna make that handheld?
No, they're idiots.
No,
No.
no. They had their chance.
Oh no.
It would never work.
I ain't doing shit. Hell, fucking.
No.
I mean, you got the Xbox people saying that Nintendo. You got them arguing saying that Nintendo is kitty and that it's not a home console. It's not a hybrid. It's a handheld. Do you think that those same people who turn around, I know they buy a Switch, but they're already talking negative about the Switch to buy it for the Xbox because well, yeah, they would. Let me retract that.
No. Hold on. The Xbox One. Hold on. The Xbox One is their best system in their eyes, and they still didn't buy it. So don't have them confuse you. Xbox fans do not buy shit. They don't.
No, but what I'm saying is their hive mind mentality. It's like when Sony says they're doing something, Xbox fans are all against it, saying no, this. But then the moment Xbox announced that they're doing it, they're super fucking hyped for it. That's what I'm saying. They complain about Nintendo and everything, but the moment they say Xbox is doing it, guess what? They're going to be all on the hype train for it.
Their fan base is something special. They really are, because they've been doing that since even last gen.
Boy.
I mean, they got a hive mind mentality. Did they cross them with bees or some shit?
Yeah, I mean, you can call it what you want, abuse wife syndrome,
Man,
whatever.
you know what?
Like,
It
Yeah, go ahead,
still
Big Money.
amazes me how they went from. I'm sorry, Sam, if I cut you off.
no, go ahead, man.
I'm real still amazed how they went from the 360, the success from the 360 to what they did with the Xbox. Man, it just really showed what Microsoft really wanted to do. They didn't give a fuck about the gamers, and that's the first time I've seen gamers like, oh, okay, you don't give a fuck about us?
No,
okay, well, we're not gonna buy your console.
Between PlayStation 2, when PlayStation 2 was on that hype, Sony was on the hype. When they went into PS3, they had the same type of backdrop for a moment there in the beginning, in the first couple years
Hold
of that
on,
gen.
I gotta challenge you now, so nobody.
Okay,
Now,
when
the
Sony told people to buy their consoles, get second jobs, spend $600 for that PS3, and they had no games for it.
Oh,
Now, hold on. Now, I'm with you there with the hot price, but what I meant by they didn't care about the gamers, Sony didn't go into TV. That's the first. You've never seen Sony, even though we all know when Sony starts off a generation, they start off slow with their games. It's they did it with they started with the PS2, they did it with the PS3, they did it with the PS4. I don't think they're gonna do it with the PS5. They learned their lesson with that. But Microsoft, the only thing they were worried about, they was worried about getting into your living room and selling you shit that didn't have nothing to do with gaming.
Yeah, but
They
you
want
also
to
have
sell
to look.
TV.
Yeah, but you have to look at also the generation when the game systems came out. Back in the day when the PS2, between the PS2 and the PS3, no company was thinking about shit like that. That started later when all the streaming got super fucking big and super fucking hype.
Yeah,
You can never
look,
take away
all
Sony never
I'm
cared
gonna
about the
say,
gamer, though.
advertising a football on your fucking Xbox that didn't even have shit to do with fucking Madden. That was not the way people wanted.
Yeah, they had nothing. They didn't have. They didn't want. They didn't. What I'm trying to say is that the gamer was not in mind when they went from Xbox 360
No, it wasn't.
They were
Xbox
trying
One.
to get.
Now
They
from
were trying to
PlayStation 2,
capture the. They were trying to capture the casual market.
They failed.
now from the
Casual
PlayStation,
people would have done that.
Yeah, they tried to make that quick
from the
segue.
PlayStation 2 to the PlayStation 3, Sony kept the gamer in mind, but they fumbled with the pricing. They kept the gamer in mind. Xbox never had the gamer in mind.
I'm gonna say they had a major hiccup in the beginning, but they recovered. It wasn't a failure.
That's what I said. I said they had a hiccup in the first couple years of it, and then they bounced back because they learned their lesson, and they learned it quickly. Microsoft had the same thing in the beginning of this gen. Why do you think they backed up saying that there was going to be no DRM, no this, no that? Because they had the backlash.
Yeah, but then you know what I don't like about Microsoft? They went back to do it.
Do you think they learned their lesson?
No, because they went back to the always online. You need to always be online for Game Pass. You need to always be online.
No. You always have to be online. But what did they do? They took instead of hitting you all at once with everything, they slowly introduced it throughout the years. So now all their fans are sitting here saying, oh yeah, it's okay, because look at what they did. They caused the game drought for them. So now anything that they're getting, they're super fucking hype about.
By the way, JT, you got a donation.
Yeah, let me pay the bill real quick. Let me pay this bill. Bill real quick for my boy Andrew Wilkins, $5. What's up to Andrew Wilkins? What's up, man? Yo, Xbox fans Xbox fan, even podcast, all the same. Shitty line, yelling over each other.
It's definitely true.
You just threw out another one, by the way, JT.
I got another.
Want me to read it?
Yeah, you got another.
Yeah,
read that.
The first Xbox One commercial this gen was Ray Lewis and Brian Urlacher playing Xbox while watching football on the console. That's a great point, dude. I forgot about that.
That's what I was trying to see. They went, even though I'm right there with you, somebody. They from PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3, they fucked up in the beginning, but they still had the gamer in mind. Microsoft. They didn't have the gamer in mind. No. They didn't have that. They wanted to put a fucking cable box in your house. That's what they wanted. That's all they cared about.
Now, let me ask y'all this question, okay? Because we all know what happened in the beginning when Xbox announced all this stuff. There's a huge backlash. Then the next day, Sony announced their console, but it seemed like they had changed the way things were going. Do you think if Xbox had been successful with that, PlayStation would have came out the next day saying the exact same things for their console?
I don't think so. Me personally,
I think
I don't think so.
Yeah. Just because
if it's anything, I don't think Sony will ever follow Microsoft ever again.
Like, they were legit going to follow the same playbook until, like she was saying, the negative backlash. The DRMs, the always online, etc.
All I'm saying, after they learn from what Microsoft is branching out to do, I think Sony understands that even if it looks like it might eventually be successful, which it won't, it's not what they want to do. And I'm happy that Sony didn't fall for it and do
they both want to rip us off, but there's a way to do it.
Yeah, I know, but that bridge, that splitting hair was, we're gonna put our games on PC. That was not, when Sony saw that, I was like, I believe they were in their offices laughing. They was like, oh yeah, we won this shit. They're not gonna even attempt to do a comeback. We won, and they did.
I just didn't see Sony wanting to put football on their
Yeah,
box.
but
Now I can
what's
never see
funny is
someone
it didn't
doing
pay
that.
off. Microsoft done this 2 generations in a row now. They backed what is it, HD DVD. Remember when they backed that last gen? They backed it. They thought it was the
I
future.
thought that was this gen with
No.
the Xbox.
No,
One.
HD DVD. HD
Oh, the
DVD
add-on.
was
DVD.
last gen. Xbox 360 had an
360.
attachment. They had
Yeah,
an
that was
attachment for
360.
HD DVD. They didn't even incorporate it in the development of their system. That you
No,
could
but
put
Jay,
the
that was
disc
360.
inside the Xbox 360. You had to buy a separate HD DVD player
Remember that.
to watch the fucking HD DVD movies on your 360. And it flopped. It flopped. They said Blu-ray was a failure because everybody hated PlayStation in the beginning of the generation. Look who won.
To a degree, though, Blu-ray never really mattered. I mean, look at the adoption rate. DVD is still the most prominent medium
Yeah, but
between
I'm
those two.
talking
It's not even
about look
close.
who won
Y'all,
with like
it's
the
an
consoles. This
echo.
generation of
Y'all
consoles
hear
are
that
using
echo?
It's either Eddie or
Blu-ray.
J-Lo.
Huh?
It's me.
It's one of you guys.
Nah, it might be both of y'all.
It's me. Oh, I'm mute.
Hello?
Echo.
Yes.
I think it's J-Lo.
Is it me?
Yeah, it's J-Lo.
Yeah, I think it's you, bud.
Oh, okay. No, I said why the
it's
HD
on now.
DVD flop?
Well, I mean, I think
I don't even
Microsoft didn't put
remember it.
their all in it. I wish they would have supported it. I wish they would have used the HD DVD to make their games. Their games could have been longer. Their games could have looked better. Remember, they were using the DVD 9 disc, and Sony was using Blu-ray technology for their games.
Hey man, y'all remember when Blu-ray first came out? How much the Blu-ray things used to cost?
Of course.
God damn, the
What
things
Blu-ray?
cost
With the
a whole
players?
bunch, bruh. Yeah, the regular Blu-ray players.
Oh,
What
I
the
didn't
hell?
worry about that.
$1,000.
I did not worry about that dumb shit.
Well, the thing is the first one that ever came out was the PS3. And then the technology came out for the other companies, where the other companies started releasing them after the PS3. PS3 was going for $600. If you could buy one for $600, what company you don't think gonna put it for $5?
Yo.
Yeah, I picked up mine for $5 because it was on sale at Target, but damn, dude, that shit.
So anybody here
It
can
was
tell me why
crazy, bro.
DVD flop?
You talking about the add-on?
It didn't have to
Yeah,
do
why did it
with
flop?
Blu-ray, to tell you the truth.
There
Because
was just no
that's
reason to-
what they made.
Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead.
yeah, the
Exactly.
PlayStation might have started out weak in the beginning, and like you said, lack of games, high price, but it was the system that gave you the cheapest Blu-ray player.
HD DVD didn't have a lot of supporters amongst the big companies, if I remember correctly.
Right. There you go.
Yeah.
Facts.
Like, they were
I
all
don't
on the
even
chair.
remember it. I don't even remember it. That's how.
Oh, I remember that.
That's
I
how
remember it
bad
had
it
that
was.
Yeah,
blue
it came
box.
and went.
Remember, HD
Definitely.
DVD had the blue, like, what, see-through box and shit? And, yeah, I mean, that's all I
It was,
remember.
remember when the games came out, y'all? Like Sony had one disc, but when the 360 came out, had like 4 discs.
Yeah.
in one game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lost Odyssey was multiple discs.
Yep.
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 Yeah, that
I
shit
mean,
was
but that's
crazy.
the thing. This is what people don't understand. When they were using DVD 9, which was the same disc that you were using for your PS2 and Xbox original, right? That means none of the games, if they made the, what is it, the lead platform was Xbox 360, that means the majority of the games, and I looked over these statistics a lot. I made a lot of videos last gen. The majority of the games we played last gen wasn't even 720p. And that was because the focus was 360. It was out ahead. It was out a year ahead. It was the more successful system in the beginning. And it was cheap to develop for. It was easy to develop for. And developers didn't give a fuck. So yeah, we weren't even playing in real HD at all. Not even 720p. Not
Dude, in
even
the
Call
beginning of this
Duty.
gen, they were still on 720p, talking about Xbox.
Huh?
Remember in the beginning of this show on the Xbox One, it was still
Exactly.
just
The
doing
Xbox One was
720p.
still 720p. So if the Xbox One is 720p this gen, what the fuck were we playing last gen? We wasn't
I
playing
mean,
720p. And I mean, this is the thing. A lot of people, again, I love when people talk shit about PS3. That's great. But because everybody supported Xbox, we didn't get what we were promised. And it seemed like nobody gave a fuck. Because you didn't get HD last gen. Not with Xbox. It was the weaker system. And they did not give you 720p. And
Nice,
I'm
but-
just saying, we got 2 generations in a row, and this is where we're gonna get to the meat of this fucking podcast. 2 generations in a row, where everybody swore to God the 360 and the Xbox One were gonna be more powerful than the PS3 and the PS4. Do you really expect that to happen next year? I don't.
What's that in the background? Y'all hear that?
Somebody's watching.
Somebody watching football or something.
So, Eddie.
That's me. My
Eddie,
bad.
mute your mic. You can stay. Just mute your mic. When you're done, unmute
Good luck,
yourself.
Eddie.
So, next
You
gen.
know what? You know what I think is a great thing that's going. That we're going from CDs. Now we're going back to cartridges. I'm wondering if
What the fuck are you
Microsoft
talking about?
has something-
No, that was a patent for what you call
Big
it?
money's right, we're going
Oh,
back.
you talking about the Switch,
no.
right?
No, the PS5 is going to
That was
cartridges.
not. That's not. That was a rumor, bro. We don't speak on rumors.
Everybody
hope it goes to
Well,
cartridges.
now make another bet. You got
I
another
heard
bet?
that-
You can make it. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying I don't speak on
No.
rumors. We're gonna wait.
I heard that the rumor was for expandable memory. It wasn't for games, but
Yeah,
expandable
bro. I
memory.
think we want to wait, man, because I don't see
I think it's
Sony doing that.
space. I think it'll be SSD scores. Sound.
Oh yeah, the SSD hard drive to make it faster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
what it was saying.
nah.
No, but
Big
he's talking about the
Money,
games
nah,
format.
That's no. We don't do that.
Yeah.
We don't report on
Game.
rumors. No, we're not trying to confuse
Nah,
anybody
hell
else.
no, I'm being
We gonna wait. We gonna wait. We gonna wait. I'm not calling you wrong. I just want to
No,
wait until
hell.
it's confirmed.
I'm
How
I'm
about
rooting
we
for
wait until it's
cartridges now,
confirmed?
baby.
We don't want to spit out no rumors yet.
Now, come on, damn it.
Nah, we ain't
Hey,
spitting out no rumors until it's
I'm telling you,
confirmed.
man, the cartridges are coming.
Okay, whatever you say. You can believe that shit.
You don't
Dreams,
want to bet, do you? You don't want
Dreams
to
is
get
the
that
best
bet
game in
going.
the universe, if that's what you think. Okay.
What about the Dreams release date or whatever?
Oh,
I believe, and I think we talked about this in a private chat with Big Money. Give that game away for free. It already has hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands of games or little mini games.
Dude, you really think that game, which is almost 10 years of development, they're gonna get away for free?
No, I mean I don't. Right? I don't. But in some way have it ready for release of the PS5 because it's already. You remember how Little Big Planet was? Like Little Big Planet 1 and 2 was on PS3, but you could play all the creations people made last gen on your PS4 if you got Little Big Planet 3. And that's what I hope that it's like. It's going to be cross compatible, right? Just have it ready for PS5 at least. I know I heard some rumors about early 2020 Dreams will be ready. I don't know. I think they can get away with putting it out next year. It has its own audience, and I think once it's out and people actually get to play it and review it and shit, I think it'll catch on. It's an interesting thing. I mean, it's a game engine, and from what I've saw, people have actually got better at it. Like I said, there's no limit on what you can upgrade for your game. Like patches on video games that we have downloadable patches, updates, launch day updates. You got that. You can do that as many times as you want on Dreams, and of course, it doesn't cost you a damn thing.
I mean, there's been 3 reviews for it so far, 9.5 and like 210. So,
Yeah,
like I said, man,
exactly.
you got me
So-
on record saying that's going to be the highest rated Sony game, and I'm
You
sticking
gotta
by
remember,
that.
the big thing this gen was indies. And a lot of reviewers love some of these indie developers, and they was getting big awards. They was getting big reviews. I see indies on PC, on Metacritic. They are sitting at like fucking 90 and high 80s and shit. And it's just like a couple of them. I'm telling you, you will be surprised. It might not be for you, and I know it's not for you, Big Money, and I respect that. I do.
We can make a game for him. That's what the game's about. He can play whatever game he wants.
Exactly, but you can't say it's not for other people.
What
You
the
can't
hell
say
y'all
other
talking
people
about?
won't
What
enjoy
y'all
it.
talking about?
I think a
Talking
lot
about
of
the
people
goat?
will enjoy it. I mean, I got a playlist that I think Sam even played with some of the best levels I've ever saw. Some of the best creations. I showed Yella some of that shit. He was fucking going crazy today.
That South Park level was pretty dope.
Yes. A 3-dimensional open world South Park level of the whole fucking town. 1-to-1 accuracy. Everybody's house has a mailbox, and you can see their fucking name. And it must have took a lot of fucking time. It looked better than the 64 version.
You're gonna legit see remakes of games we've been asking for years.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, it's just inevitable. That's what I'm excited about.
As
me
long as they
personally.
continue to upgrade the game media molecule, give updates to make the graphics better and shit, I think it's gonna be awesome. So yeah, I hope that it comes out next year.
Watch somebody make Battletoads properly, man. Just you can do whatever you want.
Definitely gonna make Battletoads. I mean, fuck. The first major thing they made was Super Mario from back in the day. Side scroll. It looks amazing, bro. I mean, yeah, I can't wait. Of course, I can't wait for more people to play that and more people to create. Because the more people that have hands on with that, the more levels there are, the more.
Ain't nobody gonna play that shit.
I know, buddy. You said the same thing about Death Stranding.
Leave that goddamn game alone.
You said the same thing about Death Stranding and people playing it. So I don't know if I'm gonna take your word for it. I want to, but I can't. Let's move on. Before you got carried away with how much you love Dreams, Big Money, we was talking about 2 generations where Xbox was weaker than a PlayStation system. Do you think that trend is gonna happen for the 3rd time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see that rumor?
No, I'm just looking off of the fucking facts. Fuck the rumors. We got 2 generations where PlayStation wasn't really bragging about the power before you knew what it was, and it was more powerful.
And you talking about that
Jim Ryan's gonna be.
Yeah, I saw MBG reposted on Twitter.
Yeah, I did see the rumors though. Yeah,
that kid.
We talked about it in the beginning with Eddie. Eddie was.
Oh wait till JayTech shuts up.
Wow.
What's that?
Huh?
You good?
My foot.
Okay. So the rumor's basically that Xbox is scrambling and developers are pissed off that the Scarlet's not ready.
Oh, I seen that. Yeah, no. Yo, Sam, I seen that. Yeah,
you know what, man?
I read that.
See,
I read that.
It's not
so
shocking
Jay,
at all,
but
though.
Jay was saying, but Jay was saying that's a rumor. Jay kept saying, yo, that's rumors. I was reading that shit.
No. It was a rumor. Because we don't know if it's true because they never gonna admit it. It's just like it's a rumor that Xbox has sold 60 million. We didn't know it was true because they wasn't gonna tell us until we found out that shit was under 50 million. So yeah, unless we fucking get the facts, we won't know. It's not saying it's not true, but it's in rumor phase right now. All I'm gonna say is that.
I mean, would it be surprising at all? Look what they've done for the last decade.
It wouldn't be surprising, but I'm saying out of the last 2 gens we just talked about, if we going towards the fucking 360, this is bad. Everybody listen to me. Everybody in the comment section, I'm looking at the comment section right now. You better like this stream.
Hey, didn't feel say that
this is bad.
He did say that they was not going to be. They were gonna always be more powerful than the people. They was not going to let them have more power than them.
True.
In the future.
Yeah, but look, I'm gonna be honest, man. If they're behind, that means either their system is gonna come out after the PS5, or that means they're gonna rush the system, and it's gonna be similar to the 360, where that shit has not.
The rumors are true. Go ahead.
I was saying they've said a lot of fucking things. They've said a lot of things, and none of it's come to fruition. So anything coming out their mouth right now, whether it's even proven as a fact, I'm taking that shit as a grain of salt. Because they change up so much.
You know what's one thing he said that annoyed me? Remember he said they were going to retaliate for Street Fighter V, but nothing ever happened? Like, he was going to do something. I don't know if they were going to develop a game or they were going to acquire third-party exclusive, but dude, that should just, it disappeared into the air, that statement.
Yeah, all I'm going to say, it does seem a little weird. I think we should all think about the development kits have been in the hands of developers, obviously, for fucking months. And I'm not just talking about the days that we saw it physical, the one that we showed off in the beginning of the stream. We're talking about months that we know third-party developers and first-party developers had hands-on with the PS5 development kit. We can't say that from the Scarlet. We don't even have a sketch of what the Scarlet development kit might look like.
But Jay, say if Microsoft was waiting for PS5 specs and did they try it, you think they waiting and watching?
Then you gonna be too late. If you waiting for the specs, but that we already got.
Why don't they just hire somebody to infiltrate Sony? I mean,
no, but I'm just saying, like, J-Love, the specs have been public.
Asian guy.
I think shit like that be going on. That espionage
nah, man, that shit go on all the time, bro. And
but Microsoft and Apple do it to each other.
And you know who I know do that shit? Ubisoft. Ubisoft is some fucking spies, bro. They do that shit a lot.
But you know what? I can't see Microsoft waiting that long. I can't see them letting the PS5 come out and they wait too long to let out the Scarlet. it'd be disastrous for them if they wait 6 months. If they say, "Oh shit, this thing is way more powerful than we thought," and then they got to wait 6 months to a year to put that out.
I mean,
still
and
think they're gonna put
you
it
wanna
out next
think
year
about something,
sometime.
Big Money. They didn't really know about the Pro. Remember, the Xbox. I don't think the Xbox people knew about the Pro coming out, and that's why they was so fucking late. One day, they came out a year afterwards.
A year after.
Yeah, and it was bad, bro. It was bad.
Yeah, but they did say but I'm saying at E3 they did tell us that the Scarlet is coming out in 2020.
Look,
it's just that we don't know.
Anybody can get on fucking
it's
camera
coming
and
out
brag
in
about
2020.
something that don't exist, Big Money. People lie all the time. It don't mean it's a fucking truth.
You know what? I don't see him lie. I don't think that was a lie.
Oh,
Maybe they can
hold on.
post
Phil
it.
Spencer lied a lot,
I
man.
don't-
Hold on.
No, I'm not saying that he don't. What I'm saying is, but when they say something like that, they schedule it for it to come out in 2020. Now they can't postpone it. If it don't come out in 2020, I'm pretty sure they're gonna say, "Hey, we had to postpone it," but they did say it was coming out
What
in
I
2020.
want to know, right, is what sacrifices do they have to make, because they're obviously behind PlayStation to make sure the system comes out on time. That's what
have they been doing this whole time? They haven't given us any games, so they should have had plenty of time to prepare a new system at the very least,
That's what I'm saying.
So what the fuck are they doing over there exactly?
Yep.
I think they just waiting to see what Sony gonna do. Yeah.
And Big Money. You heard about? I'm sure everybody on this panel read that they had an insider from a gamer reviewer, not a gamer, a journalist, go and see the tech of PlayStation 5, and they said it fucked their head up. Did anybody read about that?
Yeah.
So just imagine,
Hey,
yo,
no,
these
Jay,
motherfuckers
look,
already
did
had
you
the
hear
game.
about?
They said the graphics was so mind blowing. The graphics was so fucking mind blowing. It was unreal. Huh?
So I said that's what I was just about to say. Like, man, yeah, that shit gonna be something else, man. But I still think that Microsoft, the specs are going to be around the same because they coming from the same company. The people that's making the PS5 and the Scarlet, they coming from the same company. So the specs gonna be. I'm not saying they gonna be.
They're doing AMD again, right?
Yeah, but it's gonna be kind of like the same. They're gonna be almost the same.
Big Money. I ain't gonna deny that, but the last time I heard somebody say that, the PS4 was still more advanced than the Xbox One, and it displayed better graphics.
But they still was about the same.
Yeah, I know, but 720p versus fucking 1080p is not the same.
How big of a difference do you think having Mark Cerny really makes? Is he a big difference maker in your guys' opinions?
I don't know the guy like that outside of just this one generation.
He's the Kojima of game development to me. Well, not game development,
ask you
but
this one question, guys. Didn't they say they were going to make it so that people who play the PS5 games would have the backwards compatibility? So if they had an Xbox One S, the same games will run on it? Didn't they say something like that, or was I mistaken?
Oh, yeah, I did hear that. Yeah, like Phil Spencer was saying that basically
So if they're going to make it so that the games can play on a Xbox One S, the first Xbox One, how powerful do you think this system's going to be? If they're going to be making games compatible with this system that can play on the One X.
No, but nobody. All that is architecture. That's an x86. All that is. That has nothing to do with the current, the way how a game gonna look. All that is just.
I'm not talking about how the game's going to look. I'm talking about how the game is going to run. If they're going to make it on a more powerful system, but they're going to make it so that it's backwards compatible to the One S, you got to think about how much difference in power is that going to be. Because you guys know in consoles and in games and in PC, when the hardware gets more powerful, some of that older stuff you can't play the same things on.
There you go.
Are they going to? Are you going to turn it into like an Apple product, where every year of the Apple come out, you can still use your old one, and they just make the operating system where it's backwards compatible, but it runs slower and worse on the older stuff.
Buddy, they said that it's a rumor. Well, this is a rumor. I'm not saying that this is true or not, but it is a rumor that the PlayStation 5 is going to be able to play PS1, PS2,
I didn't say the
PS3, and
PS5. I didn't say
No.
PS5.
no,
I'm talking about the Xbox One S. They're saying
I
the
know.
games
Yeah,
that
yeah,
they're making on
big
the
money.
next Xbox.
I don't know if it was Phil Spencer, but yeah, somebody from Xbox basically said that they're not trying to divide the gamers that might go to next gen. They want everybody.
No
to be
gamer left behind.
Yeah, they
gamer
don't.
left
Yeah, they
behind.
don't want no gamer left behind. So they're not gonna make their games.
No wallet left behind.
Let's say like God of War 2008 compared to God of War 3. They want it to be like one God of War that can be playable on all the Xbox systems. So they
So
don't. want,
Kratos' bald head is blurry on my Xbox One S. Then is that a big drop off?
Without joking,
my
basically
Scarlet?
they're saying
Yeah.
we want you to be able to play the same game on all platforms. We're not gonna make it so fucking good that the
Yeah.
older systems can't play it.
Now the PS5.
What's the difference
playing
between the
all
PS5 and them doing it?
Dude,
What's going to be the difference with them doing it?
No. Here's the difference. What the PS5 is saying is you could play PS1, PS2, and PS3, PS4 games on the Xbox 5. What no
On the
game was
PS5.
left behind. Yeah, on the
PS5,
PS5. Yeah. That you could play all those on the PS5. What Xbox is saying is the games that they make for the Scarlet, you will be able to play on the Xbox One S. Not the X, the S.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah,
you
that's not
have
a
an
good thing.
S, if you have an S and you buy a game that's on the Scarlet, you can play it on the S. So if
That's
they're
a-
saying things like that, how powerful is the Scarlet going to be? Because you can't jump too far in technology to be able to revert back like that.
True. Doesn't seem that substantial if you think about it that way.
There's a
But
difference with taking the older stuff going forward. Like I can play, like with the 3DS. On the 3DS, you could play all the DS and DS games on the 3DS, but you cannot play the 3DS games on the DS.
I don't know how that technology is going to work, but I just don't see them making the Scarlet like the power difference is going to be that much difference. They had a rumor going out saying that it's going to be 21%. The PS5 is going to be 21% more powerful, and that's not a big jump. So I can't see, even though that's what you said. If they're doing that, I still think it comes down to the architecture within the Scarlet. I still don't think, even though that's going to happen, I just don't see them going that low in power because they will be. Sony will eat their ass alive. Everybody will eat them alive if they had the power equivalent to the S in the Scarlet. Like I just can't see that being done.
No, it's not. No, I don't think she's saying that. What she's saying is the developers are not gonna make games that look so good that the older Xboxes can't play them. PlayStation, on the other hand, if let's say Ghost of Tsushima is gonna be backwards compatibility, right? It's gonna be made also with the PS5 in mind, but it's not a PS5 exclusive. You see what I'm saying? Remember what happened with God of War 3? It got remastered. But then when this new God of War came out, there's no way the older PS3 could play this new God of War.
Let me put it this way to you, Big Money. Can you take the God of War that was made for the PS4, okay, and play it on the PS3?
No.
That's what Xbox is saying. Xbox is saying, let's say that new God of War that you came out with the PS4, if the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 3 were Xbox properties, they're saying you could take that PS4 game and take it to a PS3 system and play it.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's what they're saying.
That's not good.
No bueno.
Do you understand what I'm saying now?
Yeah, no, I understand what you said. Now, is that something they said, or is that like a rumor?
No, this
you heard?
is something they said. They said this.
It was in an article.
And remember, Big Money, this is lining up to what.
So if a game, listen to me. So if a game that they made specifically for the Scarlet, let's say 2022, I can take that game and play it on my S.
That's what they're saying, and that's what they're trying to do.
I mean, you gotta think about it, Big Money. Not a lot of the games that came out for Xbox One don't look like they will be that difficult to run on a 360 if they wanted it to be. I mean, look at some of the shit they came out with. Crackdown 3. I mean,
Yep.
Sea of Thieves, State of Decay 2. I mean,
JayTech, the water though, dude, the water.
I mean, Recore. You know, I'm being
happened to
honest. I'm just saying, like, if you really want to think about the quality of games that the developers are making, or their second party developers or their acquired developers have made, they're not.
They
that
could have the
advanced.
Rosetta Stone, but what you're saying is their talent is so like weak compared to the competitors. It doesn't matter if they
That it
have
doesn't matter. Yeah,
right.
You basically can play their games on any platform, and that's what she was trying to say.
I can see that happening for third party, but I'm a reserve my judgment for the third
but
party.
that's what I'm saying. I just listed a whole bunch of games that are fucking garbage that could be playable on the last generation console. I don't think she's like lying. I don't think the person that said that is lying. I think that's Microsoft's focus right now. They want to make sure all the Xboxes still maintain a connection. So, you know, I mean, look, they're giving their games away for free on PC with Game Pass. They don't seem to give a fuck. You know, they don't. They don't seem to give a fuck about competing with visuals with Sony. They just don't seem to do that. They don't.
Yeah, it's funny that Jay said that it's no money, because if you look at it, Big Money, a lot of the games are not technically advanced to do. They're not technically advanced like God of War. If you look at their games now they coming out with, them shits is like you can put them on any
I'm not saying they
platform.
got a weak ass system.
My thing is, well, if they gonna do that, why they don't do it now? Then why we can't take Gears 5 now? Well,
that game actually does look pretty good. Not gonna lie.
What's going on, Big Money?
Yeah, I guess like because them. That's what I'm saying. Gears 5 look like that's not like those other games.
Yeah, but look, that's like once in a blue moon that they have released a game like that. Like,
come on now,
Gears
Jay.
5
They
and
don't.
4.
They don't.
No, hold on. I give you respect. Gears 5 and Forza and Gears 4. They don't look like games that all the.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's not no once in a blue moon. They can make AAA games, man, that look real good.
I'm just saying, if you look at the majority of games they came out with over the last 3 years, they were not Forzas, they were not Gears 5s. That's all we saying, man. Look at the games that they've been bringing out. Super Lucky's Tale? Really? You think
it's the
360
type
have
of
a
game
hard
that
time
it is.
playing
They
that?
didn't even develop that game though.
But
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
that's these are the
that
games
it is.
that are known on Xbox. That now they can be played on the Switch.
You know what game looked really good? Fable Legends, and they canceled that shit.
What's the name of that? What's the name of that control? What's the name of that game that the Control people made?
Oh, Quantum Break.
Quantum Break.
Yeah, that even though that was a shitty game, look at that game. That's what I'm saying. They have the knowledge to put out games like that. Yes, they're few and far between, but they still have knowledge to put games out there like that.
See, that's the thing. They're not
gonna,
always trying to push those limits like Sony. So I know Sony's got to make sure they have that technology.
Well,
can I ask you something?
Oh, go ahead.
Do Xbox own that game, right? Do kind of
Quantum Break game, Eddie?
Yeah, do Xbox own that game?
The IP, yeah, I think they own the IP to that.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I was about to say, I thought they didn't own it.
No,
yeah. See, that's what I'm saying, Eddie. The people, the ones that they own, like their first party games, they keep their first party games up there to quality. Not all of them, but most of them. Like, but see, they don't have that many. Because we always talk about the same three: the Forza, the Gears, and the Halo.
Yeah.
Them the only ones that they keep up to par. But you ain't gonna never. I would never see Microsoft put out a Gears games that look like Super Lucky Tale. You're not gonna see no shit like that.
So, let me ask you a question. Do you think that Halo Infinite is gonna be playable on Xbox? Because I think it will. This generation of Xboxes, I believe
the Xbox One.
Yeah, I believe it's gonna be playable. They don't want to miss
I
out
don't know.
on.
I don't know. That's why I said I'm a reserve judgment on that. I'm not saying that what she said and what they're saying is a lie. I'm a reserve because shit changes. Shit always changes because when this is what happened. Say we doing a show in 2021, and then I'll be like, hey y'all, I thought we can play. Y'all be going, oh fuck you, big money, and then we'll move on to something else. It's everything changes, man. It's not. I'm gonna reserve my judgment on that.
I agree.
No,
Because
here's the
everything
saddest thing about them with like when you're talking about like Super Lucky's Tale and Ori and all of them coming to the Switch. What the saddest fucking thing is the developers are going in and making the improvements on it.
There you go.
Before they bring it to the Switch.
That's crazy.
Okay, that's the saddest thing about it. They couldn't do the updates or anything while it was on Xbox to make the game run better. But the moment it comes to Switch, they're gonna restructure the whole thing so it can run. It can run like somebody was telling me that Ori runs better on the Switch than it did on the Xbox.
That's fucking terrible.
Yeah, but look, all I'm saying is I think Microsoft needs to step the fuck up, bro. Look, this cash cow shit, this subscription
$10 billion revenue, man, being lazy as shit, man, living the dream.
They're getting real lazy. They need to compete. I don't want to hear nobody saying shit about Sony next gen. They not doing good.
But if you can make $10 billion a year doing nothing, wouldn't you do the same thing, JayTech?
Well, yeah, but I mean.
Then, at that point, you wouldn't be busting your ass making The Last of Us 2.
At that point, why are their fanboys trying to defend them? That's what I'm not understanding.
10 years of development for Dreams, man, it's just easy money. I mean, I see where they're coming from.
Yeah, I mean, they make the money, but at that point, I don't see why the fans are like trying to defend all their fucked up decisions when it comes to.
We were talking about that earlier, man. That's some special kind of stupid they have with that fan base.
When it comes to the fanboyism. There should be no Xbox fans. Xbox fans should not exist this gen at all. I don't even know why they're here. You got beat. In 2014. It was confirmed month after month for 10 straight months. The PS4 was the top-selling console in Americans' NPD. Look, all I'm going to say
right now... Did you see on Twitter a lot of people conform to the PlayStation?
Yeah.
Pretty much?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying right now, I don't know why people are still at the end. The very end, 1 month, and then we're stepping into 2020. We still got people like Tim Dog and dealers still just defending the fuck out of Xbox. It's over.
Well, you gonna have people out there,
but it's over, Big Money.
Everybody
All I'm
gonna have
saying, I could care less if you was doing it a couple years ago, but it's over.
I hope Xbox comes back next time.
I do too, man. I do too.
As long as they have somebody to put a console out there, man, it's always going to be somebody out there to root for that console. That's just like with anything, a basketball team. If you got a basketball team to put out there, it's going to be somebody to root for. You know what? To tell you the truth, I commend them. Who would you like better? Would you like the people that stay with them when the ship is falling, or would you like to see people that keep jumping ship every time somebody come on top? First, then you jump. When Nintendo on top, you jump on Nintendo.
Well, look, let me put it this way. I'm not a ship jumper. I saw a lot of people jump ship last gen and this gen, and I watched it all.
And big money.
So, all I'm going to say right now, Big Money, hold on, J Love. All I'm going to say right now, I ain't no ship jumper. So I can't speak for how people are going to be.
He said he went from Nintendo to
That's what I'm saying. Who would you have more respect for?
I got respect for everybody that stayed with Xbox and did not buy a single PS4.
Exactly. Whoever got
all
an
I'm
Xbox
gonna say right now, we got people like Dealer and Tim Dog. They hate PlayStation, but they still ended up buying one.
That's what I'm trying to say. Whoever got an Xbox on
I still consider that you jumping your fucking...
They don't hate PlayStation. I don't think they
Whoever got an Xbox on this panel is a ship jumper. Whoever got an Xbox on this panel is a ship jumper.
I didn't buy
that. That'll make you a ship jumper.
J-Lo fucking crazy.
Whoever on this panel got an Xbox is a ship jumper.
I got an Xbox.
PlayStation stayed in his lane.
I had to get it. It was $1.
That makes you a gamer if you got multiple consoles, man. So I guess if somebody got a Nintendo Switch, they a ship jumper.
Well, Nintendo's in a different breed.
No. Don't make up no.
Big Money got all the Big Money got all the He's taking offense to that. So you got it.
I'm saying he said if you have an Xbox, you ship jump, right? And what I'm trying to tell him
all I'm gonna say, man, Microsoft gotta try real hard to get my money.
JayTech ain't a ship jumper because he never had an Xbox.
But J-Lo, he started with
I never had one.
I ain't do that.
He was.
He started with Nintendo.
If somebody, okay, let me ask you this, Jay. If somebody gave you an Xbox, would you play it?
If it's free and they
No,
pay,
no.
If they, look, hold on. If they listen, hear me out. I want to explain this. If they give me Sunset Overdrive before Insomniac, that we got to talk about this because they've been teasing Sunset Overdrive over the last 3 fucking days. But if
Wait a minute.
they've been teasing Sunset Overdrive on their Twitter page for the last 3 days. And
So Jason, why you never told me all this, bro?
we need to talk. We about to talk about it. Big Money over here, fucking making love to Xbox and shit. But like I was saying, if somebody gave me an Xbox with Sunset Overdrive for free, I'll play just that game. That's the only game right now I see value in.
You gonna play all of any game motherfucker give you, you gonna play. Well, anyway, it don't make a difference.
It do make a difference because if you give me an Xbox and give me fucking Gears, Halo, and Forza, I'll sell that shit to buy some games for my PS4.
You a goddamn
I damn well I would. What's the point of keeping that?
Facts. Me too.
What's the point of keeping it when I can get more money for it? Come on, man. I'll buy a burger with that shit, man.
Listen to your boy. He just told you if he got somebody gave him an Xbox, he will play it.
I will
so
take it. I will take it. It depends on what games. If it don't got the games I want, I'm gonna sell it. I will give that to somebody on the street for their last dollar. I will do it. These are the things that happen. Okay? Now let's move the fuck on. Y'all get on my fucking nerves. Big money over there thinking about dreams all day.
Hey, if you got an Xbox, you are a shit jumper.
Damn. Look. First of all, J Love, you gotta apologize to Big Money because you know,
What about me?
Big Money don't like water, man. He don't like video game water or realistic water.
Hey, bro,
come on, man.
Hey,
Big money.
it ain't nothing wrong with owning multiple fucking consoles, bro. I got a motherfucking Xbox and
All
I
I'm
got a
gonna say right now,
Xbox too,
we gotta go and do what we do normally. We're gonna share. So guys, you about to see my screen and bloogity bloong and all that other dumb shit. Let's go.
Hey, hold on, man. Shout out to the motherfucking chat. We got about 43 months. We had 43 motherfuckers in here, man. Mad love to y'all come and check us out, bro. Like it astonished me, man. It really does. Not these guys. Now I know y'all be wanting to come listen to these guys, but I don't think it's a motherfucker in the world that want to listen to me. But man, thank y'all for coming and checking us out, bro. Real talk, bro. Like real shit.
Thank everybody for showing up. Let's get this stuff started. We're about to share. This is when
Hey,
we
bro,
go.
I swear to God, if you go to Amazon, I swear.
Oh, don't
to
worry. I got
God,
that
if
shit
you go
on
to-
speed dial just for you. But look, we're going to start over here on Twitter and then go right to Amazon just to piss
The
them
echoing
off.
again, J Love, by the way.
Yes.
Okay, so guys, this is what we're talking about. Insomniac has been teasing Resistance and Sunset Overdrive for the last couple months, to be honest. But for the last couple days, I want to show you what they showed. This is Resistance. This is part 3. This is Sunset Overdrive. This was the 30th. Resistance was today. Yesterday was Sunset Overdrive. Then you got Ratchet and Clank. I mean, this might not mean anything to people. But if you want to scroll on down, they showed off Ratchet and Clank, right? And what's funny about this, we know they're working on a new Ratchet and Clank. We're still skeptical about Resistance coming back or a remaster for Sunset Overdrive. Look, a developer that has made these games so long ago, if they were not about to be a remaster, they wouldn't be talking about it. Remember, we're a month away from 2020. If they're going to bring back Resistance, yeah, this would be the time to start getting people a little bit
They'd be
hyped.
fools not to release a remaster,
Exactly.
man. They'd be fools.
And then with Sunset Overdrive, they own the IP. And I
They
don't want
remaking
anybody to
those
say
games?
anything. Everybody could say Xbox own it, but how does Xbox own it if they don't own them? You see what I'm saying? The people that own
Oh, was that Big Money?
Insomniac is Sony. And
JT, let me ask Sam something right quick. Sam, do you think they should, when they do bring out, if they do bring it out, do you think they should remake Resistance or should they go for number 4?
Well, like I think they're gonna do the remaster to test out the interest, but what I want them to do when they release the remaster is to bring back the online servers for Resistance 2. That's all I want them to do.
Yes.
And then they can look at the sales and the reaction, and then they can go to work on what you're talking about, Resistance 4, whatever, some new iteration.
Now, see, this is what I haven't heard anybody say. What I'm about to say. What if Blue Point's working on a remaster for Resistance? All of them.
They're doing multiple games supposedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a theory I haven't heard anybody say. What if Blue Point is actually working on a remaster?
They could.
Hey, do you think that game? You think Blue Point game is gonna be at the awards? Do you think that's gonna be at the awards?
What
game? They're gonna finally show it at the awards?
Oh, Blue Point? I don't know, man. I want them to, but remember, it's the Japanese award show for the 25th anniversary of PlayStation. And until we see the United States branch and the European branches of PlayStation across the internet bragging about the 25th anniversary, which is the following day, and they would have to do that tomorrow, which is Monday. The beginning of the new month is Monday. The first Monday of the new month is tomorrow. And that's
no. I think he's talking about the video game awards, aren't you? Or were you talking about the Japanese awards?
PlayStation.
Yeah, the Japanese. The PlayStation.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, what if we gonna get any of that shit, Big Money? I would tell you, myself, everybody else, Adam, wherever he is, keep your eyes glued to the internet.
Yeah, where is Adam, man?
We gonna find out where he is. I believe Adam was taken hostage by the PC Master Race. And we're trying to figure out.
Up in here, bro. What you doing up in the
chat?
Up in here.
Who's that? Who's in the comment?
It's
Morseman.
Fucking more. I beat the game more, and I beat the game on the 1st of December. I beat that fucking shit. I don't know if I bet anybody.
See, he's talking about that same rumor. The third-party devs are mad at Microsoft for not revealing more info on the new system.
Yeah,
so is that a rumor at this point, or can we just confirm
I think that's the truth, bro. Come on, man. If they didn't get the info and we didn't get the info from leaks, we don't got no info on the dev kit.
Because everything leaks out.
Yeah, exactly. But let's be honest, Snow Bunny. Remember, we was learning about the dev kit. We was seeing the little drawing, the concept of the dev kit, and we thought it was silly, and then that's exactly what it looked like.
Yes.
Where's the dev kit? Where's the dev kit for Xbox? We never got that leaked out.
We got nothing.
Bro, all I'm gonna say right now, man, it's fishy. It smells like fish in here.
It will be.
No, Jay, you're going below the belt now, man.
It smells like fish in here because we ain't seen nothing from their concept. Not a drawing.
Maybe they holding it close to their chest, bro.
What secrets do they got? Come on, man, get out of here with that.
They holding it close to their chest. They might be holding it close to their chest this time, man.
All I'm gonna say, I remember the last time this shit happened. And PlayStation was the one that came out and showed off the power of their system first, like 6 months before E3. And Xbox was looking stupid because they waited till E3 to show the shit off. I don't think they should wait.
You know what?
I don't think they should wait.
Jay, no, I'm right there with you. They shouldn't wait. But the thing that's scaring me, man, like I said, they did quote that it was coming out in 2020. The thing, if they have to postpone that, that's going to be really fucked up for them.
Well, look, I think if they can help it, they will try their hardest not to do that. But I don't believe everything will be ready. Unless, let's say, okay, they got the interface and everything for Xbox One, right? They got all that they want. They're going to transfer that over, right? And then through time, they're going to upgrade it and make it look different. If they cut corners. If they could cut corners, not saying they're going to only do that. But if they cut some corners, they can get that shit out next year. But
here's the thing, like what you're saying, Jay. Here's what we got to think about. We've seen like everything from Sony. We've seen the dev kit, things like that. Nintendo, who always holds shit close to their chest. We had a rumor that it was a hybrid system before the Switch came out. We got nothing right now, and that's the one thing that kind of surprised me when they said Halo Infinite is going to be out holiday 2020. We have nothing.
Yeah.
From, I mean, It's like the whole system, and we haven't even seen anything from Halo Infinite. It's gone radio silent.
Oh, Bunny, you think it's gonna be a while before we hear anything about the next Nintendo system?
The
Nah,
next what? Next
I give it
Nintendo
two.
system?
I give it 2 to 3
Yeah.
years.
Well, we're heading into our third year.
Yeah.
We're heading into our third year. I think they're going to probably put out something later, either in the third year or the fourth year, as a revision of the Switch. But that's what's happening right now. We're just waiting, but there's already rumors about that, and people showing things of what they think it's going to look like of the next Switch coming
You
out.
want to know what I want, Big Money? I want them to go big.
I want them to go back traditional. I don't
No,
want
no,
them
I
to do
want
this
them to go
Switch
big
thing.
with the Switch. Hear me out. When the Switch is either late next year, holiday season, or the year after, put it down to 2, not 250, 2. Just do it.
JayTech, why don't you show them some of the Resistance 2 co-op gameplay if you could? Because I don't think really a lot of people know this shit even existed, man. That's what annoys you about just the lash and with some of these games.
Resistance 3 was so fucking good, man. That
I think I
campaign
got
was
some.
so
The whole trilogy.
think I got
was
some
banging.
They need to put
gameplay.
the rest of them on PS now.
Do I got
Because they only
some
got
gameplay?
3 on there.
No, I
The whole
think a
Resistance-
whole
the whole
bunch of
Resistance
videos
trilogy
from
was
the
banging.
PC fucking community. What is wrong
The whole
with
Res-
fucking YouTube?
That whole-
Like I
that
put
whole
in
Resistance
JayTech
trilogy.
Resistance and I don't get not a damn thing. What the fuck? Okay. Let me go to my channel and see if there's anything up there other than that.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like I went into 1, then I started liking 2, but when 3 came out, bro, that
I
shit
didn't
just
like
blew my
3
fucking
as
mind.
much, but
I played all
I
of
did
them.
complete
Dude,
it.
I
did
played all of
complete
them.
Those games were fucked up, and in terms of the lore, those are some like mature ass
it.
games,
Yeah,
man.
it
They
was
were
very
just
mature. It was different for Insomniac.
yeah,
It was very different for them.
very
let me see what
somber
I
and
got. I got
serious.
some gameplay for Killzone back in the day. SOCOM 4. I hope SOCOM comes back in a strong way because 4 was good, but the fans for SOCOM 2 hated it, so they didn't support it, so it flopped. Let me see.
Yeah, I remember most of the PlayStation dudes they went to the 360, man. It's kind of the opposite of what we're going through now.
Yeah.
Everybody came back to PlayStation,
There you go.
but that's why the software sales are so bad for PS3. I mean,
You believe, Sam? You believe most of the PlayStation dudes went to the 360? You believe
yeah,
that?
no doubt, man,
Yeah,
because you can
the
see it reflected in the
PS2
software
yeah,
sales.
a lot of PS2 dudes went to the 360 because it came out a year ahead. Remember?
Look how
And
well. I'm sorry, Snow Bunny, go ahead.
I was gonna say, a lot of people stopped with the price, but when they dropped the price of the 360, because 360 was already cheaper, a lot of people jumped ship. It's just like when the PS4 heading from 360 to the PS4. When Xbox announced what they were doing with the Xbox One, a lot of my friends who were hardcore 360 fans jumped ship to the PS4.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why that's hard to believe, because I went to crap. I came at Crap Game about that on his live podcast. The reason why that's kind of difficult to believe is because you got to remember the PS1 has sold 104,000 consoles, right? The PS1. Then the jump from the PS1 to the PS2 was 158 million consoles sold. 105 to 158 million. That's a big jump. So during that time, the 360 came out. Crap said to me that the 360 had stolen half of PlayStation's user base. I asked Crap, I said, that's not possible, because if you took half of PlayStation's user base, like Sam just said, or the amount y'all you saying that went to the 360, that would be way more, and the numbers do not add up because of Red Ring of Death. Now, you subtract that number. Nobody could Google and find out what numbers the 360 has sold. Nobody could find out from me or tell me the actual numbers. So that shit is smoke and mirrors. So now if we look at the numbers of what the 360 has sold, it's around 40 million or 45 million.
Right, that's the console, but the software sales were pretty revolutionary. Like PS4, I think topped it this gen in terms of the software attach ratio. But I'll give you a good example, man. Look at the way Bloodborne sold on PlayStation.
Right?
Now those games are always a niche type of genre game, man.
Okay.
But look how popular, that whole genre blew up this generation because of the PlayStation.
You know
dude,
what, man?
Because everybody
They
hopped back on
need to
PlayStation.
bring this game back, Sam.
Nobody bought Demon's Souls. This is what I'm trying to say. Nobody bought this game either. Nobody bought these games.
Yeah, and they were good. They were real good.
Right. MLB The Show sold like shit. Look how well it's selling now, man. The numbers are right in front of your face.
Yeah, but see that software sales. What the software sales was not as high as the PS4 sales now, right? On 360, it got close to $1 billion, but not as much as the billion. But I don't think
the attach rates are.
Huh?
The PS4 attach rate is historical. Yeah, but before that, it was a 360 that had the highest software attach rate.
Yeah,
the highest attach rate was around 3 point. It's at 9 something. Like I've never heard of nothing like that.
They gotta do it. They gotta do it. They gotta bring this game back. They gotta bring it back. I don't know why they waited a whole gen to do it, but maybe they said let's see if people miss it. I think they bring this shit back in the right way. It's gonna be good. What if they spring this shit on us that the remaster is coming out next year? And we ain't even know it. And it just they drop it next year. They say, hey.
Good. Yo, just drop it. I'm just saying, don't keep us just in the dark about this.
Yeah, they need to start doing, stay in place. Like, they stop.
Because they need a multiplayer game and a shooter. This is it. You could just kill 2 birds with 1 stone, really. You already had this shit last time.
The launch day, they might do Demon Souls, Horizon Zero. That's what they might do. It might be the launch.
No, I don't think so. It's too early for Horizon Zero Dawn. It came out not too long ago.
Is that rumor still going around?
Yeah.
I think they've been working on Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, I know they have, but I don't think it's gonna come out with the launch. If you're looking at launches, they never come out with super huge AAA first-party games. They never.
What's the rush to have that as a launch game? That's what I don't understand. Why do people want that so bad?
I mean, I just think that's the casual gamers. They feel that's what they need, but you don't need that. When it's a new piece of hardware, people will buy it without huge titles. I mean, Heavenly Sword wasn't huge. It was hyped up, but it wasn't like the biggest thing that came out on.
Well, they launched Resistance with it, remember?
Resistance?
Yeah, for PS3.
Yeah, I remember, but it was a brand new IP, right? Nobody even knew about it.
That was the only game that sold well because it was a launch title.
Exactly. I mean, we looking at the last 2 launches. They came out with first-person shooters. Killzone this gen and Resistance last gen. So, I mean, I don't know. They did have, they had Black for PS2 eventually.
Dude, Resistance Remastered Trilogy launch for PS5 would be awesome. If they decide to do
my God, that would be amazing. Right. That would be amazing.
They saying Demon Souls for PS5 remastered Blue Point.
I mean, maybe look, if Blue Point Studio grew by 50%, I agree that all of the shit that everybody's rumoring is gonna come out at the same exact time. But I don't know that they're that big to do all of the games and get them ready for next gen, for launch for next year.
If this game, whatever this game they working on, man, I can see Sony letting them do the next game gonna be their own IP.
I would love that.
Original IP.
I would love it.
I would love to see that from them.
But it's cool that Sony has a developer.
They're seasoned.
Yeah, but it's cool that Sony has a developer that can do good remasters. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to do that. Like, you always gotta outsource that shit. And Sony got a good connection with a developer that can do a very, very good remasters and remakes. I mean, you gotta give them credit. Like, anybody else could scoop them up.
I love the way Sony communicates with their studios and outside studios, man. They got real good.
I ain't gonna front. Shadow of the Colossus looks next.
Yeah, that shit looks fucking amazing.
That shit right there, bro. Like, and I never was into that game. My boy,
this was another video they shared on the 27th of Sunset Overdrive, and then they put it out a video before that too. I just see them talking more and more about Sunset Overdrive, but what other platform could they bring it out on? It's already available on PC, and it came late to PC, by the way.
Well, you know what I'm confused on? Hey, now how does this go? If they do come out with a Sunset Part 2, right? How does that go? I know it's not going to be on the Xbox, but is Xbox, because right now Xbox has still got that.
Yeah,
on their,
I hear that Xbox has the IP, but I don't think Xbox, seeing all that's been happening, I don't think they gonna be butthurt and say, let's hold on to the IP even though Sony owns
Wouldn't
the
it be as simple as just renaming it like they did with Ninja Gaiden when they brought it to PS3?
And a lot of people will go up against me on this. I've been saying this for the longest time.
Like some technicality.
Y'all be like saying, hey, this game's going to PC or this game's going to another platform. Sometimes it's the same exact title. Sometimes it's a subtitle. It's not impossible. This whole generation has shown me nothing is impossible. So no, it's not impossible that this game can't come to PlayStation. It's not impossible. And to be honest, even a PlayStation 4, normal one, could play this game better than Xbox. And they never came out with an Xbox Enhanced update for this game, which was sad.
Oh.
So fucking sad.
Yeah.
So don't Microsoft
If this fucking game comes over to PlayStation, I told the developer today I can give them 40. If it's fucking 4K 60, I can give them 60.
I'm just waiting until you finish this, J-Lo.
Wait. Okay, that's 320.
No, Insomniac owns it.
They own it. So Sony bought Insomniac. So Sony.
Yeah, so that's their
But
IP.
Jay, you just said one thing that's so true. This gen has. You said one thing that's so true. This gen has proved that anything is fucking possible.
Exactly, anything's
possible.
I mean, because some of the shit that's happening, you're just sitting here like, what?
Wait till I get out of here.
Did you talk about that VR thing with Half-Life, by the way? Adam just brought it up.
What about the Half-Life?
Just this whole Phil Spencer back and forth shit with the VR, and now everybody's, on the Half-Life train.
All I'm gonna say, I don't want to speak on VR because I didn't get it yet, and I do want to get it. I'm just gonna let everybody know I'm working on it. I'm gonna get VR. Don't worry, I'm gonna get it.
They're saying that Half-Life game has sold out everywhere.
Look,
Or
that's
almost
what
everywhere.
exclusives do. Exclusives are system sellers. That game is only available on the PC platform.
But a lot of Xbox fans want a VR.
Yeah, they want VR, but they not getting it. Hold on.
You know that Half-Life VR experience, J-Love? The new one that got announced?
What's sold out? That's sold
Yeah,
out.
the demand. Yeah, like, dude, that shit is just people, because they've been waiting for a whole new Half-Life game. So just the fact that they're giving them something like this.
So bad. I want to play that so bad, y'all. Oh my god.
That's gonna move VR systems.
It is, man. Hey, man, did you see that the one Valve VR system is $1,000?
Oh yeah, I just saw that.
Okay,
Talk about
so
a premium product.
we need to talk about this real quick. We had a podcast, remember? We had a podcast back in the day before we came out with Sunday Show, and Microsoft had teamed up with Acer to make all these weird VR headsets. Do y'all remember this?
What are you talking about, JayTech?
Oh, we wasn't. No.
No, not you. Shit. I'm talking about Sam and me and Somatic. Like the original, Saturday show. We used to have a gaming podcast. We talked about this.
I remember that.
They had a headset, bro. Remember, they had a headset ready. They showed it off in E3 2017. E3 2016. They showed it off. They had a lot of different headsets. I don't want to hear Xbox fans saying, "Oh, you don't care about it," but you did care about it, because they showed you cared about it because they brought it out. What? They scrapped that shit.
Is that Eddie?
Oh no.
That's gotta be. I guess his team's losing. You alright there, Eddie?
Eddie crazy, bro.
He's got money on these games, man.
Well, you best.
But dude, I could have sworn he announced the VR when they announced Scarlet, man, because this company makes you think I'm going crazy sometimes. He did? Okay, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Thank you.
He did.
They did say it. That's what I'm saying. You can't listen to anything coming out their mouth because they'll say one thing and do something totally different.
I think I'm thinking I'm going crazy.
Everything from them is classified for me. Anything coming out of Microsoft's mouth, for me, is a rumor.
Okay,
because, like I said, they'll just automatically change.
What was the other name of their augmented reality headset?
All right, people.
Oh, fuck.
Morsky.
Hello, Adam.
Fucking Adam Moore.
Yeah, hello.
You know what? As soon as I took the fucking ad,
Yeah, let's go again. You're talking about VR because I thought I'd just jump in on this. I know I wasn't sorry I haven't been around.
Fuck you, was that Adam, man?
Yeah, what the hell
Fuck
was you
your
at?
ass,
I'm gonna
man.
fucking throw a candy cane at your eyebrow. You doing it?
I've been focusing on other things apart from this bullshit fucking gaming news. That I've been seeing.
Okay. I give you a pass. I throw a candy cane at you.
No, I mean, I focus on other things, man, like actual like life things, man. But when it comes down to VR, when it comes to Xbox, they were supposedly to be signing with Oculus, with a partnership there to bring the VR aspect to their platform. They basically didn't want to do the fucking grunt work of making their own thing. They did the HoloLens, but they're like, fuck that, no, we're just gonna third party it with Oculus. Which was a thing all the way up until a certain point in which changed their minds, and I don't know what it was. It wasn't the fact that it wasn't to do with Facebook. It had nothing to do with Facebook because Facebook bought them. It was nothing to do with that. So yeah, my point of it is that because obviously Half-Life was announced a week ago. I'm really impressed with that game. Like, it may not be Half-Life 3, but it's a step in the right direction from Valve, and that game does look fun to play in VR. And with what's recently happened with Phil Spencer talking about VR, sort of saying one thing and then backpedaling in some retrospect, saying that he likes the game, but he doesn't want it for his own fan base. When, as we all know, he likes to give his fan base what they want, right? Or be all about the gamers, not restricting anything. Yet you're restricting your own fan base of playing a VR title or any VR title in general.
Adam, about the game, is this a sequel or are we still going to be Gordon Freeman? Like, where is the story set?
This is a prequel, and it's about Alex from Half-Life 2.
Ah, okay, cool.
Which I'm looking forward to. I know a few people that actually have an Oculus, so if they do get the game, I'm definitely going to be going around their place and playing it. But like I said in the chat, I would love it if PlayStation were to make moves on Valve.
They gotta make a deal, man. Yeah, they gotta make a deal.
And force his hand. Force Phil's hand, majorly. And Uncompetitive did mention a thing, which was they would have to do something with the VR system because it wouldn't be up to scratch right now. But that could easily be sorted out. Easily.
Okay, so thank you for reminding me of that one. There's an augmented reality headset. I can't remember the name.
There you go, look.
Did y'all remember that one? But Adam, thanks for bringing that to my attention. So, as you guys know,
we remember the year where fucking they whipped out the goddamn Minecraft.
Yeah. I think it was 2016. Well, the Oculus little streaming that they had, where you put a Oculus headset on and you can stream the Xbox inside the headset.
To me, I'm not saying they're completely like Google, but it feels like to me there are things that have been mentioned in the past from Microsoft which have been like Google-esque, where they've announced shit, they want to innovate on stuff, but then they don't go through with it.
$1 deal going on.
And that's a problem. Okay. The only thing that I can technically say, right, on Xbox's behalf that's actually right now getting a bit of praise is the fucking xCloud. That's the only fucking thing that I'm hearing that's a positive outlet on their stuff.
Here it is, Adam, right here. This is Xbox One streaming to Oculus Rift.
Yeah.
So this shows they did care. They knew there was value. They knew there was focus.
I mean, listen, there's this bullshit claim that a lot of people are throwing out, which is, they have to focus, they have to make priorities on other things. I mean, everyone's asking for brand new games experiences. Like, yeah, but you could say the same for PlayStation. They had to do the same exact thing. They prioritized around loads of different sectors, and yet they were able to pump out great games as well as a VR platform that obviously had a slow start. Yes, but eventually it has sped up and actually has sold millions of units, which is justified.
So what the fuck is this? So you just stream VR to the headset and that's how you play? Doesn't seem.
Don't know, man.
This is really.
Hey man, you know what? The only thing I hate that Valve did, man, they just restricted to the. I just don't understand why they did that, man. Because they could have let that shit come to other
I mean, they want people to stay on PC. Obviously, they wanted to seem like they're not competitive. Valve is competitive. Fuck out of here. They gotta be.
You know what I like what they're doing? Valve just came out with their own headset, and it's like $1,000 fucking dollars. That's another thing that's wrong with VR.
Fuck?
You need to,
really?
They need to learn how to come with their own. They need to come down on that price. But the thing about that, what I like what they did, and I know the price still don't match up to what I'm about to say, but they let you buy some of that stuff one at a time. Like you can buy a controller out of that same box, I think, for like $300. Then you can come back a couple of months later and buy another controller. But it still don't make no sense.
How much is the headset by itself?
Like $1,000.
The headset by itself is $500.
Damn, that's the price of a PS5, man. Fuck out of here.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what? I better not hear a damn person bitch about the price of the PS5, no matter how high it is. If you going out this year and buying a fucking headset for $1,000, fuck out of here, man.
But but here's the thing though. When it comes down to these headsets, specifically the Valve, the HTC, as well as the Oculus, is what they are able to do that the PSVR is not able to do. There are like hardware, based on the hardware, those VR systems are way better than PSVR by far. They are definitely better. But that's the thing, right? You're paying for the cost of it. Like VR as a first iteration is good for what it is. It's good for a consumer because it's cheap. It can play the games that you want, and it runs pretty damn well. But if you were to say to PlayStation here, go make like a $500 or maybe even more than that, like VR system, they will probably be able to do the exact same thing that these other guys are doing. Which I wouldn't be surprised if down the line they did that. Because right now, for me, I would like to get a VR system, but my problem is that they have to work on that shit. And the wiring system alone, I just don't fucking like. Like there's too much wiring.
Too many wires. Way too many wires.
You guys are so lazy.
No,
you can just tape down the wires.
No, I'll get
Adam. You could clamp the wires together.
It's not even that also. I mean, like with me, I have some destructive ass animals. What if you're playing VR and then your damn animals just decide they're gonna shoot through the fucking cord?
But my point of VR is I like what it's doing. It's doing very good for itself. It's definitely making it's done very well for PlayStation in its own right. Obviously, I can see that shit getting majorly upgraded somewhere next generation, right? A lot of people thought
Adam, they're working on it right now. They're working on it right now, Adam. A wireless headset.
Well, that's the thing, right? A lot of people talk about the wireless headset aspect, and the problem is with that is to do with the processing power of the PS5, which isn't good enough, from what I've been hearing. So it's not the sense of the PS5 is not powerful. It's more in the sense of trying to balance that between both things, which I don't care if it's wired or wireless. If it's got like one wire that's plugged into the headset, I'm fucking fine with that. Or
My issue is the camera tracking. I need the camera to be better with the tracking.
Well, yes, exactly.
You know, that's old tech. And plus the PS4 is using old tech with that PlayStation. That's tech they use for the PS3.
I mean, here's the thing, right? Technically, PS4 was old tech before it even fucking came out. Same for the Xbox One. Yeah. It was old tech before it was even released. But yet, somehow, PlayStation are able to squeeze out certain amount of fucking power to make games that we have experienced this generation, whereas Xbox, as we all know, haven't been able to do that. Like
Cerny magic.
And that's all down to their studio, to be honest. Right now,
you're right about that, man. Like, Sony always has that thing in the middle of a gen where they kind of extend it. Like, this gen was VR, last gen was motion control, and then the gen before that was the motion camera. And it's like, you gotta be careful when you're fucking around with Sony. They make their systems future-proof.
You have to give it to them because that was pretty fucking smart. They wanted to get into the VR business, but they knew if they came up those PlayStation Move sticks. Just think if they would have made a version for the PlayStation VR that came out, that would have been more expensive than it was. So they took old tech and matched it up with their new tech.
And what was funny is if you
now.
had the Move controllers from last gen and you had a camera, which I brought at the beginning of this, all you would have needed was a headset. All you would have needed was the headset. Yep.
The navigation controller is useless, but
apparently, obviously the new PS5 controllers not to have the light bar, which again,
I love that.
Well, no, that's the thing though. The light bar was a source of identifying certain things with the PS5.
Isn't it just a tracker?
Yeah. It was a tracker, but it was also essentially PSVR. It was a thing as well. So,
do you think they could have their own controller? I would like them to have their own controller.
I know. I mean,
have their own VR controller. You know, better grips.
I'm guessing that they've moved on with the light bar and they've got other things to like track that motion. But I mean, if they don't,
in J-Love, I'm not trying to say that it's not coming, but man, I've been hearing different stuff lately, J-Love, about the PS. Now I'm hearing that Sony kind of like they're not going to make it now. Maybe they still are, but I've been hearing certain things that they're not going to make the next PSVR. Like I heard from a couple of people.
Don't listen to that. Look, they might not come out. It might not come out at launch. It might not come out at launch, but I would not say nah. I wouldn't say that.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I heard a couple of people that quote unquote say they insiders and they know a couple of people.
I'm like an insider and I know about video game water, so.
It's like I was saying earlier on. If PlayStation were able to go to Valve and ask them about they put themselves forward and said, "Listen, we like Half-Life Alyx," and again, they've worked with Valve before with Portal. We remember seeing that on stage years ago. If they were to go to them, get Half-Life Alyx, right, come back with it, and obviously, they worked out deals where PSVR can actually work on that aspect. That'd be great. That game alone will definitely sell units for the PSVR and also give a massive boost to Valve based on the profit that they get from that game.
I think Steam has to play nice with this title, dude.
Everybody's been waiting on, Adam. That's that quote-unquote killer app everybody been waiting on.
Exactly.
Because that's what I've been hearing for these last couple of years.
VR has been good. There have been some really cool games. Insomniac alone have done some really cool games, but they haven't been... They haven't the light that Insomniac Games VR titles have seen haven't been as big as others because just of what they're called and what they are. But if Valve are like, hey, listen, we're gonna make a VR title with Half-Life, and it's like, oh fuck, it's just like, yeah, that's gonna sell. It's like God of War. Imagine, I remember years ago, the first testings of the PSVR, Shuhei played God of War 3 in a VR form, and he was blown away by this first iteration of VR, which is why they kept going forward with the VR. Imagine if they made a first-person simulation of God of War, like people would eat that shit up. It just would.
See, there are incredible titles for it, but I get what you're saying from a mainstream point of view. Like this is the title that'll finally propel VR, because No Man's Sky in VR, dude, or Resident Evil in VR. There's a lot of great VR games.
That's it. Yeah,
that already exists.
Yeah, I mean that's fucking crazy. Resident Evil in VR would be
Resident
crazy.
Evil would probably be
Dude,
the first game that I saw
No
on the
Man's
VR.
Sky in VR, yeah, that was good.
Damn, it was so many people I seen out there that said they was gonna not get the $400 VR. It's so many people I seen writing about that they're gonna get that $1,000 VR just for this game.
Yeah,
it's not like they're willing to spend $1,000 for one game.
Hey,
so
all I'm saying, Big Money, I don't want to hear a PC fanboy tell me they won't spend $200 of Black Friday just for one game on PS4. You can never use that excuse for me that you're not gonna buy a console just for one game when you brought a VR headset 2 to 3 times more expensive than a PS4 just for one fucking game. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. It's $1,000 for the VR headset itself. God damn.
One fucking game, bro.
Yeah, man.
For one game.
For one game. Does it have a release date?
Hey, Adam, you heard about that medieval?
Yeah, the game or
the game. When does it come out?
Oh yeah.
2020?
March.
Yeah, March 2020.
Oh,
March-
that's around the corner. That's fucking.
March is a
You
huge
know what I mean?
month,
That's
man.
Final
Say,
Fantasy
Adam,
right
Games
there.
coming up?
Half-Life Alex.
Oh yeah,
running.
the VR one.
Man, that's going up against
Hey,
Final
man, you know
Fantasy.
what? I
How did
was-
that good go?
Hey, Adam, you know what, man? I've been wondering all this time why the fuck Valve haven't came out with, and I keep forgetting about Steam. I keep forgetting how much fucking money Steam is making for them. They don't have to make shit no more. They really don't have to make nothing anymore.
My
Steam
bone,
is making them
that's
so
my
much money.
bone that I always pick with PC fans is that they are. This is not all PC fans, but it's a sense of they are so concealed that they're basically they're fine with how Valve have been operating for the past few years. Whereas there's another group of PC fans or even people that have gone to console where they want Valve to come back to what they usually do, like the games that I played on my PC, like back in the day, were Half-Life games, Counter-Strike, Team Fortress, all Valve games. And then on the other side of it was Unreal Tournament, which was Epic, in which Epic last year shut down the new
Damn
Unreal
it.
Tournament they were making.
Damn it,
because
I
of
gotta
fucking
fucking do it, man. I gotta buy Nino Kuni remaster. Fuck it.
Steam,
That's-
man, like it's printing them so much money. It's
And that's my see
ridiculous.
Valve. That's what Valve have done, right? Same thing's going with Epic because of Fortnite. The amount of money they're fucking generating, they've come. Every other project they were thinking about making, they've gone. No, we're not making it anymore because we're getting so much money from Fortnite, which pissed me off when I heard that they were cancelling Unreal Tournament because they were working on it so well. And I remember playing the new one. I forgot what it was called. I think it was like 2019 or it was like the year, but I was looking forward to playing that game, like whenever it came out, and when I heard that, I was like, "You motherfuckers, you're really gonna fucking put all your chips in one basket on Fortnite?" And there they are. And the thing I'm liking with Valve, right, is because I think it was last year, they came out and said they're gonna start making games again. I was like, "Oh, I wonder how this is gonna plan out." Well, we'll have to wait and see if they're fucking lying. It drops this year, obviously a couple weeks ago, they dropped that news with Jeff Keighley, because again, Jeff Keighley, his first job was to do around Valve, and he did this whole documentary about it. But this small group of people, I think it was like 50 people, I think it was, that are making Alex. I'm happy that they've done this, because I hope that, obviously it's a VR title, which I mean, it won't sell as much as like an actual PC, just an average PC game. But I hope that Valve open their eyes and think, fuck, do we go ahead and take the step of making Half-Life 3? Because in the documentary, they didn't mention how they were actually making Half-Life 3. But they didn't want the pressure of bringing that series back completely. So they thought, fuck it, how about we make a smaller title, in which is this? And that's a perfect way of going. So I hope that I don't know, man. Like,
Adam,
I hope that this is the first step. Because again,
is it coming to PlayStation?
I
No,
hope
it's
it
not.
does.
I mean, look, all I'm gonna say, the other Half-Lives made it over to consoles. I believe.
No, Half-Life 1 was on the PS2. Half-Life
1 was on PS2.
Yeah, Half-Life.
And the orange box.
Half-Life 2 was a part of the orange box with
Okay.
Portal.
The orange box, right?
Yeah, you can get the
Yeah.
orange box.
No,
on
but that's
Xbox.
what I'm saying, Adam. They always made their way over to console.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I remember was Counter-Strike Global Offense, which made it to PS3, I think it was, or
Yeah,
PS4.
PS3
but
and
it was only
360.
in America. It wasn't in the UK, which pissed me off.
Oh yeah.
But
I
it was
played
only-
the fuck out of that game, bro. I really did like that game.
Adam, if they put on a VR, then that's where the user base is at on the PlayStation. So I don't see
Yeah,
no other way if they're gonna put
look,
it on PC,
I think
man.
if
It's
the
not gonna
VR was
work, yeah.
powerful enough to do it the right way, it would be.
No, that's what I was.
Yeah.
I was talking to someone in the chat about, right? If they were to go out and get this Half-Life Alyx, I'll say this right now. PlayStation will need to innovate their VR system to be able to make this game, because there are certain
It can't run on the 360.
like the individual finger movement, right? You have to have that in your VR system, which PlayStation doesn't have. So they have to do something there. And I think if PlayStation, if they were able to get that deal right, and then all they had to do was make a new iteration of VR, they would fucking gladly do that, because that game would sell fucking units, as well as the sense of helping Valve out, which, hell, they fucking love money. So why not? It's a win-win. And then if that happens, I guarantee it, Phil Spencer will be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for, Adam. For this idiot to come back and bite his words again.
He's definitely going to come back and be like, oh, you know what? We're making VR titles now. It's like, well, no shit, because we forced your hand. And then Xbox fans will be...
See, that's the thing. It's going to... If they do make it, it's going to be on the...
Yeah, Eddie, you got bad feedback, Eddie.
I just like... I'm sorry, bro. For me, I just like the fact that Phil Spencer actually came out and said that, you know, it's not liable, right? And I'm like, okay, he's kind of 50-50 on it, right? Being right and wrong. But then when you come out afterwards and say how you played that game, you love that game, but you're not going to push yourself to think, oh, you know what? I want to bring VR to our next platform, and we're going to get that game. I'm just going to play it for myself. Fuck my fan base. Fuck all the Xbox, community. Go fuck yourself. I'm just going to keep it to myself. If I'm an Xbox fan, I'll be like, you know what? You're a bit of a dick. You want to say you're about the people, about the fans, about how you're trying to bring gaming together more and more every year, but yet that one comment alone, I feel that's a bit of a bullshit call, my friend. So I hope PlayStation think, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to do this. Go to Valve, do it, do the deal, get back, get that game out as soon as possible, and tell Phil, fuck you.
So how long do you think it would take for PlayStation to have, let's say a next generation?
3 or 4 years.
Huh?
No, I'll say 3 years. I'll say 3 years.
Next generation of a VR headset?
Yes.
Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad. Because this is the thing. You can still use this headset on that one. And that's all that matters. As long as you can still use this headset, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Because the thing is, when it comes down to next generation, because everyone's asking, are we going to get, a lot of people are talking, I've been seeing loads of different sections. Are we going to get a pro version of the PS5? Are we going to get a new handheld system in the middle? Are we going to get a slim and all this shit? But yeah, definitely going to get a slim version of the PS5. That's a no-brainer. Pro version, I don't think we might.
Who here isn't interested in that Half-Life VR game?
I mean, listen, bro. I mean, I'm not saying
most of us are, right?
Yeah.
I would like to play it. I would like to play it. I wouldn't go out my way to buy a VR. I wouldn't go out my way to buy a VR. And a PC.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing. The price. It's the price.
I was just wanting to statement in the chat.
This is the thing, bro. Valve is smart as shit because the PC fans, they don't spend that much money on Valve. They wait for those Steam sales, but they just gave Valve $1,000 each. They just gave them a lot of money.
I look at the sense of, as a PC thing, right? If you've got a working PC, then you need to get the headset and the game, which you'll probably get hand in hand. But when it comes to PlayStation, right, it's going to be a cheaper option. Like, you can easily be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I can spend that money on a PS5 and a VR system or whatever. Or you already have the PS5, you just got to spend on the VR system and the game. Yeah, I'm fine with that. But if it's like a PC aspect, right, you got to spend that much money as well as a rig where you can work.
That's a lot of fucking money, man.
Kind of a lot of money.
Did you show those new PlayStation 5 leaks?
What PlayStation 5 leaks?
The dev kit
We
leak.
showed it in the beginning.
It
was on the table. What you say? What's the name?
The one is two PlayStation 5 dev kits sitting next to each other.
Yeah, look, hold on. We got that picture right here. We got that picture on the topics.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What's cool again? I've been hearing a lot of news about the whole Scarlet.
Yeah, we got it right there.
PlayStation.
I mean, this is what I want to ask you, Adam. How good are your eyes? Because Eddie said there's a rumor that on the monitor on the dev kit it says Demon Souls.
What?
That's what Eddie said. That the rumors going around is on that
Zoom in on
monitor.
I'll have to get the image for myself, right? Because I know where I can find it.
Yeah.
I ain't saying I said the.
No, I'm not saying you said. I'm just saying that's the rumor that's coming out. Somebody said there's Demon Souls in the little monitor down there.
Yeah, they saying they can see that shit. I can't even see
Hey man, that motherfucking dev kit is big.
It is a big. That shit's huge.
That
You can put your drink right in the middle of it too.
It's bigger than the PS4 dev kit. The PS4 dev kit is behind it. It's way bigger than that.
Ezo piece that damn thing big.
Adam, you heard about that? Rostars and making a game called Man Eve.
Yeah, there's.
JayTech, they said when is the giveaway?
Oh fuck, man!
It was like that
Here it
rumor.
comes, fam. He finna get it in a minute, bro.
I'm about to
He finna
post
bring
it up. Hold on.
Yeah, the rumor about that Rockstar
Put your names in the
medieval
basket,
game
man.
that popped up last generation, and they've apparently it's still a thing that they are thinking about doing.
Why are the dev kits designed that way, by the way?
I'm just gonna say right now, based on what I'm
because of the
seeing,
air. It needs more. It need air, man. That fucking thing
That
running
shit gonna be
hot.
running
as
hot.
hell. Yeah,
So,
man. Look at all those vents on that damn thing.
yeah,
Hey,
I mean, they couldn't design it any other way.
Y'all know Adam is talking. Y'all know Adam.
Sorry.
I'm looking at the image right now. I'm zoomed in. I'm trying to like enhance the fucking pixels on it as well. Just based on it, it doesn't.
There's
look
the
like
code. There's the code. There's the code. Merry Christmas. There's the code.
What code?
The code for the God of War Digital.
I don't think it's what's on the actual thing is nothing to do with like games. It's more to do with CPU frames, that sort of thing. So it's basically translating all the aspects of.
I got God of War.
Hey, Adam. Can y'all anybody remember seeing a dev kit where it had that type of display screen on the actual dev kit?
Well, no. I mean, there's only been probably like apart from this image, there's probably been one other image which had the same thing, yeah. But the others were like rendered.
I think he's talking about through all generations of all dev kits from all companies, right?
Yeah, all generation dev kits. I've never seen cause that little screen to the right, I've never seen where they had a digital display of the screen. I never seen that on a dev kit before.
Hey, Adam, do you think it's possible that the PS5 might have an indicator of what game's there, like a digital thing on the?
I mean, based on what Thingy's saying about the dev kits, PS4 didn't have. No, this is the first time I've seen a dev kit that actually has a screen on it.
You're saying the X in a dev kit, is that true?
It could be an indicator of maybe having something on the actual finalized version of the console, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because what I'm seeing, they're using. It looks like they're using PlayStation 4 controllers.
Because just saying that the PlayStation 4, the original PlayStation 4 that I have, is a touch. So you turn it on by touch, and eject the discs by touch. So it could be a new way of how they do that as well as other things, maybe. I don't know. Only time will tell. I mean, yeah.
That fucking thing is humongous.
I mean, it's like the whole touchscreen situation. A lot of people say, "Oh, touchscreen is like." Listen. If they could do that, I wouldn't mind it. But here's the thing: the amount of people that throw their controllers, and I'm one of them that's done this. Do you really think that they would put a touchscreen in the hands of a fucking gamer's controller? I don't. That shit will break easily. Fuck no. No. They keep to the touchscreen, man. Just keep to the touchpad, whatever it is. That's fine with me. You don't need to go crazy with the shit, man. But yeah.
I mean, you gotta think about how many people throw their Switches and they still did it with a Switch too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like I don't know. I just don't see. Obviously, the touchpad is still a thing on the PS5 control, which is good. I like the fact that that's the case. Obviously, I've seen the drawings of like the PS5 controller.
As long as the battery life can be extended by not having a little monitor in the controller.
Well, that's to do with the light bar, as well as that.
And the light bar. That will be I think gamers will be very happy to hear a
Jay.
10-hour battery life.
That's bullshit, Jay. How many hours you spend on your game, Jay? A day?
85,000 hours a day.
How many?
Yeah, what's cool? I mentioned this earlier. I mentioned
Man, why are you listening to Jay? You
Jay, how many hours you spend a day on your PS4, yo?
Shit, I fucking played Death Stranding for like 10 straight hours yesterday, man.
He was literally playing that shit all day yesterday.
All day, man. I'm telling you, I spent a lot of time on some of my games.
I came back, you were still on that shit like at 1 a.m.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
but hey, y'all keep it real. If the real design came out for the PS5 and it was similar to this dev kit, would you be upset?
Fucking Big Money with these damn questions, man.
So we're gonna use it to take a dump. What are we doing?
I wouldn't be upset at this, man. I wouldn't mind having my PS5 that didn't look like
I
this.
just wanted to be able to fit in my entertainment system. As long if it can fit underneath the TV, I'm cool.
Man, Jay, that fucking thing is gonna be big as hell. So y'all gonna have to make some room.
Hold
That thing is
on.
gonna be big.
Hold on, man. Let's go back to the topics. That shit ain't that much bigger than the. It's wide. It's not bigger than the PS4 dev kit. Look at the PS4 dev kit. That shit's
small.
big.
It's smaller than a PS4 dev kit. Smaller.
Man, that fucking thing is huge.
Bro, look at the PS4 dev kit. It's right behind it. It's stacked on each other, bro. It's not that fucking small.
That dev kit is smaller than a PS4 dev kit.
Look at that shit, Big Money.
That's interesting.
Look at it.
Yo, Japanese.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So would you be upset? Would you be upset if it looked similar to that?
I wouldn't be upset.
Would you be upset if it...
I wouldn't be upset, bro.
You would?
I said right now,
I could put my coffee cup in there, man.
I would not care if it looked like that.
I wouldn't care either.
I guess you could warm up your sandwiches with that.
But yeah, like Adam said, I think it's something to.
I got nothing.
I think it's something to talk about that they have a monitor on the dev kit.
Whether you like this, what I'm about to say or not, man, I would love to just stick my balls on the fucking in between those fans and just call them.
Hey, cut that out. That's illegal.
I'm just joking, man. But yeah, I don't care. I really don't.
A nice fan.
I just find it funny though, Adam, that the concept was so close to reality.
We all know it's just going to be like a fucking box. It's going to be a Ratchet.
I never understood why people get upset. Just like when the PS4 Pro came out, I did not understand why people was getting so upset the way it looked. Like, man, come on,
dude, it's the internet. That's what it is. It's literally the internet. It's like when the Xbox came out, the Xbox One. Everyone was talking about how it's like a VHS fucking tape. No,
oh yeah, they call it Betamax.
Making no sense to me.
People just like to make, people just like to stir shit up. So it's like, okay, cool. No?
Like, is that really wrecking your life that this console look like this? Like, is it really wrecking your life?
It might.
Like, they really taking that shit to heart.
They don't even know how they want it designed. That's the stupid part. Like, I bet you couldn't give me an outline of what you want it to look.
All I'm gonna say, if you're an Xbox fan,
it's like what I was saying earlier about the Xbox thing, right? Because I've been hearing about this Xbox Scarlet dev kit shit, like this whole thing about it, and this was the thing that I was thinking. I was thinking PlayStation have got their shit leaked so much, right? And it's like, okay, it's a fucking thing. Okay, it's real. That's the actual dev kit, and to be honest, it's people have laughed about it, people have made memes of it, and whatever, so on and so forth. But when it comes to Xbox and you're not seeing anything from them, I'm just like, people think, oh, they're just keeping it a secret. But then when you hear third-party developers come out and say, yeah, we haven't got them. We have not got any information of their dev kits. That is a spooky situation for me. And I don't know if it's because they haven't sent them out to the third parties and they're keeping it only in the first-party district. But either way, I'm a bit spooked by that. And if that's the case, the most simplest of terms is that they are behind on getting that shit out. And if they're behind, third-party devs will be spending more time on the PS5 aspects of the games than the Xbox, which can and probably maybe will fuck up their versions of their games.
So they're gotten even lazier. They're more competent. Okay.
Like, I can't see any Xbox fans. I cannot see an Xbox fan spinning this shit in some direction where, like, it's lies, it's fake. It's like, no, it isn't. There are loads of people on Reddit and some people that are, some devs, working in the part of these studios that have come out and said it. And Jason Schreier is one of them that's kind of poking the. Somebody came out and said that they're trying to surprise Sony. Jason's come out and poked the fucking the bear on it and said, how do you know this is not true? How do you know this and that? And like, he didn't even reply to it. Jason's just poking the bear, like, actually, it's true. And I'm glad that Jason's doing it. I mean, I don't agree with him all the time, but I'm glad he's doing it.
And the guy knows everything.
I mean, if it's to be true, I'm sorry, Xbox, man, but that's a problem. For me, anyway.
Man, hey, y'all, I'm about to get out of here, man. It's going on 5 o'clock.
Too. I'm about to head on and get some lunch. Look, Adam, Sam, I'm going to be in the party chat. I'm going to just wrap some stuff up.
Have you finished Death Stranding yet?
No, yeah, I beat it last night. I beat it at 1, around 1.
Okay.
It was like 12 or 1. But yeah, I'm going to platinum it. I'm like at 79%, 80%, something like that.
Not hard.
Hey, man, thanks for everybody that came out. Yeah. We got up close to like 50 people, man. Thank y'all for coming out, man. We got mad love for y'all. Make sure y'all come check us out.
Guys, you already know what to do.
God damn, JTech.
No, you already know what to do. I need y'all to go home. I need y'all to go home and pray that the Bears don't win no more, please. I need the Bears to lose.
We'll see y'all next week, man. I'm out, bro.
Okay. This motherfucker I'm competitive. I agree with you on that one. I would love to see that happen.
Yo, Big Money. Big Money. You didn't get nobody for next week?
Big Money gone.
Now, but I think what's his name been sick, man. I called his house and he sounded like he was sick. Yeah, I called next day. He sounded like he's sick, bro.
You know, that's the weather where people get sick easy, man. It's December.
He ain't even been on air for the whole week. So, but when I called him, it sounded like he was sick. So I don't know, bro. I've been trying to get some other people on here. It's this dude called, I don't know if y'all know this dude called PlayStation Now. He seems like he good people. I want to get him on here. Y'all go look him up. PlayStation Now. He good people.
Okay. What we got recently?
But yeah, man, I'll see y'all back on the PS4, man. I'm about to go get me something to eat.
All right, Big Money.
All right, money.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, Snow Bunny. Yeah, hey, bye, Snow Bunny, JayTech. I'll see JayTech and them on the other side. J Love, holla at Eddie, Sam. I'm out.
Yeah. Hey guys.
Yeah, send me a friend request.
Yeah, I'm about to go get something to eat, but I'm about to stream Star Wars. I'm gonna play Star Wars for the first time. I'm heading over to Twitch to do that tonight. Go follow me on Twitch.
Everybody check JayTech out. Streaming. He's streaming Star Wars.
I want to see what Star Wars is all about.
I'm gonna have to tune in that to see if it's still like glitchy and buggy because they still need to fix some things.
Hold on, let me make sure that shit don't got an update recently. But yeah, I'm streaming Star Wars today. I guess maybe an hour or two, depends on how deep I get into it, how I feel. But I'm hoping it's good because I'm a big Star Wars fan. I don't like the new Star Wars movies, but I do like everything else Star Wars related. So this will be pretty interesting. Go follow me on Twitch. Get notified. I should be starting my stream roughly in the next 2 hours.
We've got the PlayStation Awards, haven't we, this week?
Yes. We got to talk about that, Adam. I'm hearing a lot of.
I've been hearing the rumors about.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of rumors, but it's the Japanese event, and they making it seem like a festival, and I just don't want to be hyped up again.
I'm not buying any of it. I think it's just an award thing. But hey, listen, if they prove me wrong, I don't give a fuck.
I mean, I would love to learn something new, but I definitely believe
he's been hyping up the video game award, the Game Awards, because I think it's pretty concrete and clear. Batman, the Court of Owls game, is definitely going to be announced there, 100%.
Shit.
That's definitely going to be there, bro. And apparently, From Software might be there with Elden's Ring.
Oh, I got gameplay?
No, I don't know. Might be a CG trailer.
Another one.
Yeah. There's a few things that are going to be there that I've been hearing about, but wait and see. I think Last of Us might be there. Why
I heard rumors about Ghost of Tsushima being there.
Yeah, that's what I mean as well. That's the other one. But if that's the case, then why would they not show out the awards thing? A bit weird. But,
what up? What up? We talking about two different awards shows?
Well, no, what I'm talking about is why would you show out the game awards when you would?
That's what I don't understand that rumor at all. Also, remember that game Grand Blue Fantasy, the Relink, the RPG?
Mm-hmm.
That one's gonna be shown off December 13th at a festival for Grand Blue Fantasy. The fighting
It's
game.
like the rumors that came out after what's it called again? Final Fantasy remake, and
Yeah.
they have already started making part 2, which is good. And a lot of people apparently some of the press were able to go to Q&A and ask them about the first part. And one of the questions was about how many parts may be, and the number was it 3 and 4 were thrown around quite a fair amount.
Oh,
So
fuck.
I hope it's a 3-part.
I hope it's a
because
3-fucking-parter too. God damn it.
someone said they wouldn't mind if it was a 5-part, and
Fuck
I'm saying
that.
right
Fuck-
now,
oh,
if
God
that's a
damn it.
5-part, that game's not going to be finished until the next generation. I'm talking the PS6, and I'm not fucking waiting that long for that game. Bullshit. No.
No, can't do that. Look, I'm
It's-
gonna be in a party
yeah,
chat. Let me get something to eat, cause I'm fucking hungry.
They've had their problems, Square Enix this generation, because of Half-Life. Well, not Half-Life. Final Fantasy, 15 online, Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
So many projects fucking around. Like, they need to prioritize themselves on certain things, man. They really do.
I would like to see Deep Down if it still exists. I would like to see that.
Yes.
If it
Please.
still exists.
Yes, I'm waiting for that shit.
But
Wait and
yeah,
see, I guess.
guys, I'm gonna catch up with you later, man. I gotta go get something to eat. I'm gonna be in the chat. I'm gonna get started on Star Wars tonight. So I'll see you guys over there on Twitch. I know a couple of you guys haven't followed me. Go do the right thing. JayTechTV HD on Twitch. JayTechTV HD on Twitch. Go check me out.
Everybody in the comment section, thank y'all for coming. God bless y'all. Good night, man.
Okay, have a good night. First official week of December is starting. Shit gonna be big.